Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. I am your Dungeon Master, Kelly. I use he and him pronouns, and I am very, very happy to be here tonight because we have ditched two of our usual squad. In fact, we've ditched the top two of my shirt in order to bring some guest stars into the game tonight. So, if you're surprised by these new people, fear not. The other characters have probably survived. We'll find out. But we're doing a few games of switcheroo around. So if you are tuning in for the first time, this is Season 3, Episode 22 of the Shards of Nyrn, which follows a group of adventurers as they travel around the world doing all sorts of things in our homebrewed fantasy setting. Right now, they are traveling through the floating continent of Vale or Valimar, looking for various little quest things that they're doing. And that's where we're picking up tonight. I'm really excited to do this, and I hope that you're going to enjoy this a lot. Why don't we go ahead and pass this over to our usual suspects. Hey, Amy.
Hello, sorry. I'm noticing that the little dog pillow is in frame, so I have to fix it. So it's almost out of frame. It's hidden behind Teah's face now. Hi, okay. I'm Amy. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Teah Armstrong, the half-orc druid of this party, and I am happy to play her.
All right, and down in the corner from downtown, hello, Mike.
Hey, everyone. I'm Mike. I'm rocking they, them pronouns, and tonight I am playing Zeno Right Wing. He is our half-elf ranger, and he's on a mission.
What's the mission?
To get his bow back.
Oh. Yeah, fair.
Flex.
It's not to regain his honor?
It's not to regain his honor. He just wants the damn
Or
bow.
capture the avatar?
Does he have honor?
No, he can't get an avatar. All right, actually, why don't we go ahead and say hello to the new players who you might have seen from other Dork Tales programming. Let's just keep going around in the circle since we're here. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Not too bad. Hi, I'm Chris, he, him, or they. And I'm playing Nhazun tonight. He's going to be a bookish wizard who's very interested in finding out interesting information from outside the Valimar.
All right, that sounds fantastic. You may have seen Chris on our other show, Victoria by Night, or in the old Hunter the Vigil or Starfinder episodes that are up on YouTube. Chris is going to be doing a lot more stuff soon, hopefully, and you can also, if you're a fan of Shards of Nyrn or generic fantasy setting, you probably saw him playing Kadim in Season 1, a paladin from Apesh, which, we kind of like to kind of rope that in. Speaking of things that we rope into games, hi, Robin.
Hi. I just keep asking for more, and you just keep giving it to me, so I'm super happy.
I'm a very giving person.
You are. So hi guys, I'm Robin. I'm not used to being here on Wednesdays. I'm usually watching, so it's fun to be on. I rock she, they pronouns, and I am playing Jarund and Nhazun, the Peace Domain cleric.
All right. A big thank you to our buddy Mike Eilot for doing all of the frame adjustments fairly last minute and like making sure that everybody is shiny and beautiful tonight. It is fantastic to have everybody here. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time and may not know the way that D&D works here, Chris, you know everything about the way we do determination and the way we do inspiration and all of our house rules, right?
No, not exactly. Actually, I was going to. I forgot to ask that before we started playing. Determination and inspiration.
So inspiration, everybody's starting the game with 1 point of inspiration. It can be used to re-roll or to add advantage to a roll anytime prior to me telling you if you succeeded or not, if I'm not mistaken. You cannot use it to re-roll a botch, though. You can use it after the roll, but not on a botch. Also, a critical hit is fantastic. A botch occurs on a 1, which is the nice house rule, and you can botch in combat and hurt your allies and things like that, because, shit happens. Determination. If you have a point of determination purchased for you by the chat, basically it is a bonus proficiency on a roll. You can use it anytime, almost like a bardic inspiration, and what it does is it just adds your proficiency bonus again. So if you are proficient, you get basically a double proficiency. If you are not proficient, you are for 1 roll.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And if you already have expertise?
If you, it stack. Okay, and then what I will do is I will just quickly post our house rules From, let's see.
Okay, but Blog, did you know how Hurt Them More works?
I think he does. He's
Oh,
pretty good at it.
how does that one work?
People give me hurt them more, and I break the rules and hurt you more.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe
Actually,
you'll know
none
how
has
it
been
feels.
redeemed.
One
for
has
this
already been
episode.
redeemed.
Yeah,
One's been
Nacro's already
redeemed.
done that for me.
Damn
Thank
it!
you, Nacro.
Nacro.
Thank you, Nacro. He
Thank you,
just said
Nacro.
for Robin.
Ah,
So,
Oh my god, he totally did.
hold on. So, hurt them more. How does that one work?
It allows me
You
to
can't, you can't redeem it for
Oops.
yourself, Blog.
Okay.
Yes,
No,
but can I redeem it for you guys?
yes. Yeah.
Done.
So
Can we kill him? We're not friends anymore, Blog. Our characters aren't friends.
So one other thing that you should be aware of as well, you can't buy. Generally, players don't buy determination, don't buy things that alter the game for other people. But if you are a player watching the game right now, like I think Christine is modding, then
Ravenous Archon. You know
Ravenous
where it's at.
Archon, that's another one. Also,
okay, so Nacro.
real quick, love you, Nacro. And Ravenous Archon is actually running a Mage the Ascension game this Saturday that I will be on. I'm not sure what time it broadcasts. Are we doing it? I can't remember if we're doing it live or we're pre-recording. But if you go over to Ravenous Archon's channel, you'll be able to see me play a World War II Russian sniper.
Nice. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the accent because that's part of the fun and surprise. And Robin just got so emotional, she ran out of game.
Yeah,
Oh,
Robin's
no,
gone.
She's back.
When
Welcome
the
back,
emotions
friend.
stop.
So it's
My
live,
window is
live
open and I'm closed.
at 3 p.m. Eastern. So, and then finally, the last thing that I wanted to announce real quick is that our wonderful friend Bunny Hearted, aka Millie, is hosting a game on my behalf on Sunday for the Wava Streaming for Survivors charity. This is going to be a Dungeon World game full of animals and Indiana Jones adventures. That's going to consist of Robin and Amy and also Natasha and Kel. And is going to have special guest star from Tabletop Titties and some other games that you might have seen her on, Rose, who is a really dear friend of ours in real life. And it's good to finally have a little bit of crossover, and I love her character's name. Ugh. It's going to be great. Help us raise money for people who need it the most. It's going to be for Wava, which is a charity that provides services to survivors of sexual assault. So they are vastly defunded right now, or underfunded, and nobody deserves to not have the support that they need in their probably one of the worst times of need that a person can go through. So we'd love to have you there. Even if you don't have any money, please support us by sharing. There are going to be a bunch of posts going up tonight, tomorrow, and over the week, and we just love to have you there having fun. Quick note for those of you who are coming in, all of our normal point buys and things will be disabled that day in order to encourage charitable expenditures. And also, we are going to be heavily publicized, so AutoMod is going to be turned on to its highest setting, just because we're expecting a lot more people that day. So that will not be regular, but if you are a regular, don't be put off. It'll go back to normal on Monday. Okay. All right. So with that, yes, and the Temple of Heck. That's the Temple of Heck. All right. And thank you, Kel, for doing all the organizational things. And it's so... I'm just wearing this shirt for the first time, and it's really like tight through my shoulders.
Yeah,
Like,
my Elite Dangerous shirts that I
Like,
just got is super tight in the shoulders and the arms.
and I'm not even as meaty as I was a year ago. My shoulders were looking really solid last year. And then a pandemic happened, and I haven't been to the gym in literally a year, and I miss it.
What is this gym you speak of?
I know you know it so you are so unfamiliar with it. You call it the James.
Hey, did you know James got killed by Rainbow Dash once?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's James
Yeah.
Dash time.
Unfortunately,
Also-
James is not in the chat yet.
Ah, well.
You know, James Dash is
Listen.
the only command that we have that has a 0 cooldown.
Really?
Yes.
Do the others have?
You went in and fixed and tweaked that.
The others
didn't
have
you?
like a
Yep.
5-second cooldown so that it
Oops,
doesn't
I
spam. But this is the
misspelled.
only one that can be spammed.
And
Unless-
boy, does it get spammed.
It's spammed so much because he hates it, but he loves it. Okay,
Right.
so folks, we're going to hop into Shards of Nyrn right now. I just wanted to say real quick, hello everybody in the chat. We love you all very much, but we're going to dive down and do some role-playing tonight and hopefully build a party because I'm expecting this little mini-series to run 3 or 4 episodes. I also wanted to say hello to Saffron because I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Love you very much. Thank you for all of your support and particularly your support as a friend and on Patreon because I just got my Zoom bill and I really appreciate it. As well, I also wanted to say hello to Uncle Breck. How's it going, Uncle Marty? Good to see you there.
Funkle Precarious.
Funkle Precarious. All right. So
Also, you're blurry, Kelly.
Yeah, a little bit.
it's just that your eyes you're just watering up because you're so emotional right now, Mikhail.
When I take my glasses off and can't see.
When you take your glasses off and cry. That's what it sounds like when doves do that. Okay, with that, we're going to start.
What?
We're going to... You don't know when doves cry? It's by Prince.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Before her time.
I know Prince. And I
No,
know the name.
Fingerprints!
Oh, Solomon!
What happened?
So
I looked away.
Gifting subs.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Soul, what a cool person.
Oh, thank you so much.
the pancakes, lol.
The pancakes.
Pancakes, lol.
Yeah, I
That's
love
a great
that.
name.
That's
That-
adorable.
That is a great name.
The pancakes
Love
law is great.
pancakes.
Pancakes.
All right.
Pancakes, lol was gifted
Oh.
by Soul.
Yeah.
And real quick, just because some of you have not played D&D under us in a while, we have a slight modification to the way that we run things, and I just want to make sure you two are aware of it. Number one, we are using Roll20 for all of our map protection and things like that. As we are doing this, do your best to describe things using role-playing language and visual language and like sense language, not in terms of map. Try to say I move along the northern wall rather than I move over here. Try to say I attack the one on my left rather than I attack the one with the red dot.
That'll
Yeah.
be,
Because we do have some visually impaired viewers and a lot of people who like to listen to us play. And I want to give them the best game possible.
I saw that you guys were doing that more often and have tried to change that with some of my other Roll20 games, but it's a lot of bad habits. trying
Well,
to,
and if you're just playing casually around around a digital table, it's a little different, but...
I still think that makes it more interesting.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Even
It's great.
Even without that, like I think it's I liked it and trying to, but
It's
I'm
not
a slow
always easy.
learner.
And then what was the last thing I was going to do? There was one thing where I was looking at something and it glitched. Oh, that's what it was. It was somebody typed something in the chat. Oh, it was someone saying I'm blurry. Okay, cool. All right. With that, let's go ahead and start game. The knight. Are you blurry again?
I think so.
Mike, Blog is using your camera.
Oh, no.
Oh no, not that camera.
Well, it's
I'm
much
so-
it's much better quality than if it keeps doing this and it's annoying, Chris. We can change it on the break.
Okay.
Okay. All right. With that, let's start game.
Put the book in front of your face. It usually works better.
Ooh.
Apparently not. I hate that camera.
Never mind.
Okay.
I guess we're just
Tilt
Alright.
the book slightly. There we go.
okay.
Yeah.
Now it's actually focusing on the title. Okay. Now it's come on.
Oh,
come on,
nice.
There
camera.
we go.
Woo!
The problem was you were holding up
We
the
did
book
it.
so that it reflected light across the text, which is what you needed. All right.
Got it.
Okay. And with that, we are going to start game. You all rest throughout the night. In the morning, your party splits. Mars and Malia, well, Mars vanished early, off to go do that date that she had scheduled. The rest of you, Malia makes her farewells, and so does Cadamus, as they prepare to climb that mountain in search of the quiescent giant. The other three of you, Zeno, Fera, and Teah, are awoken, fed breakfast, and brought into a small garden pavilion by Councilwoman Odai. Even this early, she's peppy, smiling, and serves you some nice, strong long tea. Strong tea, not long tea. Sure, it's long tea. It's oolong tea. Some nice strong tea that stimulates the senses with an earthy aroma. That actually is quite appealing to Zeno's elven heritage. Subtle, but full of that metallic tinge of caffeine. And I can't tell you how happy I am that you're willing to come and do this. Our number one goal, regardless of what the gith are doing, is to rescue any of the villagers that they may have captured. And I just want to make sure that revenge is secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Great. Well, allow me to introduce your guides over to the Northlands. And with that, she'll reach forward and slide open the door to the pavilion, where you can hear a low, babbling stream with fish splashing and leaping up at floating insects. And there are two men sitting on a pair of rocks. Describe yourselves. Chris.
Okay. Nhazun is wearing some pretty plain dark blue robes. He's got messy hair, glasses, just kind of covering his ears. It looks like he tries to keep it short, but just forgets to get a haircut. His fingers are his hands are almost always carrying a book, and he's almost always writing with like wide-eyed excitement while looking towards whoever is talking around him, even if he's not part of the conversation. And his fingertips are just a little bit stained with ink. He wears a rope belt tied around himself, and he's actually got like a bunch of just random small different sized books hanging off of it. Sitting down, he looks like he's kind of uncomfortable shuffling, like trying to shuffle the books from side to side, but listening very excitingly towards his companion on the other side, and listening to whatever it is that he's talking about.
All right, Jarund.
I was gonna say Jarund is I was gonna be meditating and muttering, so maybe you're just listening to the muttering of Jarund quietly. So Jarund is
yes, fascinating.
6'1".
So that's how you meditate. Okay.
Jarund is 6'1". He is kind of olive tan skin. Like he looks like a guy that is outside a lot and gets his hand dirty and just does a lot of outdoor labor. So he's fairly muscularly built. He has kind of shoulder length, kind of curly, wavy-ish kind of dark brown hair, piercing blue eyes, and just a little bit of like stubble, mustache, and kind of beard looking. He's wearing a kind of light gray-y, kind of beigey vestments on him with a mithril chain underneath. And he's wearing like Birkenstock sandals on his feet, so he's just barefooting it almost practically. And he's just kind of closed his eyes, peacefully meditating with like a kind of cocky smile on his face.
So does that actually work?
Yes, it does. I'm trying to concentrate.
So what do you think about when you're doing that? Tell me the technique you use. How does this work?
It's just what I do.
Ahem. As you're meditating, Counselor Odai steps forward, dressed in very simple mage's robes. She's a woman of Teahish heritage, and has her long dark hair pulled back into 3 disparate ponytails, jutting out the back of her scalp. Beside her are 3 individuals. Do you want to describe yourselves, even though everybody already knows you? Go ahead. Also, hello, Raid.
Hi, Raid.
Do you want to go? I'll go. Okay. All right. So Teah is a half orc. So she's got some green skin, but she doesn't look. She looks a lot less orcish, because of a lot of elven heritage and human heritage in there mixed in. So she's got more pointed ears, no tusks, etc. And she's got hair like braided up very intricately, and she's got tattoos in sleeves down both of her arms in a very intricate detailed design. And other than that, she's just wearing like very basic casual clothing. Yeah, and she has a very fancy sword at her side.
All right.
Sorry to interrupt. The one thing that probably is the most striking about Nhazun is that his pupils are actually 2 books lying flat on their sides, and as they expand or contract, it looks like the pages are flipping over as he's looking at the people.
Trippy. What?
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Wild.
Yeah. All right, Monsieur Right Wing.
All right, so Zeno is a very tall, slim, very, very athletic build. He's like 6'4", with super long, straight blonde hair. He is in just brown, like ranger leather armor, with what looks to be a band tee underneath it.
Which band?
It's
Hunter Haste?
Hunter Haste, probably. Yeah, that's his favorite. That's his favorite artist tee. And yeah, he's very, very pointy face. And he currently has a very bland looking bow on his back with an extremely ornate. Oh no, he doesn't have the super ornate quiver yet. But otherwise, he's blue eyes, very pale skin, very long, sharp ears.
All right, and the last party member that is with them is a young woman, probably late teens, mid to late teens, with incredibly long blonde hair that's been braided so that it doesn't drag on the ground. It is almost ankle length behind her, wearing a series of light and dark blue vestments, as well as a heart-shaped redstone necklace. Most notably, however, is that she's about 5'4", 5'3", 5'4", depending on the boots, with incredibly long, even longer than a full-bred elven set of ears, as well as a pair of golden horns spiraling out of the crown just beyond her hairline, and as well has some iridescent gold scales dancing down the sides of her cheeks and over the prominent bone ridges of her face, like her chin, her cheekbones, and eyebrows. Yeah, that is what you are going to see.
Realized I forgot to mention that Teah's 5'8". Her hair is brown. Her eyes are bright purple, like strikingly purple, and she's got a very athletic build.
It's true. She built. Also, you can see everybody's photo because Art Breeder and Hailiiz are great.
Nice.
All right. Gentlemen, these are the ones who will be accompanying you. Nothing ventured?
Oh, Counselor Odai, is this the hired help?
In a sense, yes. They are the ones who are going to be joining you on this quest today. So please, guide them toward, the truth and justice and all of that. They are a part of the adventuring party Nothing Ventured. You've probably heard of them before.
Nothing ventured, nothing ventured. History check?
Yeah, please. Go ahead. Second permutation.
18?
18, yeah. Nothing Ventured is an adventuring party from about 550 to 450 years ago. Roughly was around about 100 years, consisting of a number of luminaries such as Edagon the Wise, Skillian the Brave, Pit Marin, Hero of Humanity, Lady Marine, Mistress of the Feywild, and of course Viceland, the right hand of Vela, the goddess of the sky and sun and all of that.
Quick question: How are the three of them lined up? Who's beside who right now? I want to know. This is important for me to know.
Zeno is probably on the right, and Fera's kind of in the back, and Teah's on the left. Is kind of how I picture it. But
yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like that Teah would place Fera sort of between them, ish.
Fera's just kind of like looking from behind people, I think. She's kind of trailing.
Yeah. Mm.
But what? Okay, so that's what you will see.
Jarund, he's gonna walk up to them. kind of like a nice smile on his face. He's gonna hold out his hand and say, "Ladies, pleasure to meet you," and extend his hands.
I think she's
Insight
calling...
check?
I think she's calling you a lady, Zeno. Fera's going to say, kind of out of the corner of her mouth.
Yeah, some people do.
It's okay, you got a nice dress. You could pull it off. You might want to shave your legs that. Wait, do you have to shave your legs?
I don't grow leg hair.
It's an elf thing, I think.
It's just the way I like it. I
Does
don't like
Fera
it
grow
anyways
leg
on
hair?
me.
Does Fera grow scales?
Yeah, she's got scaly skin.
Yeah.
Also, hello, Jodo. Anyway, back to game.
Pleasure to meet you.
Are you gonna give her? Are you gonna extend your hand at all?
Oh,
She's gonna
interesting. Okay.
observe and then offer a hand.
He's gonna take it. He's gonna like plant a little like kiss your hand kind of thing, like a gentleman.
Right. All right.
Zeno's going to extend his hand and be like, "Pleasure to meet you as well."
So I have a question. Do these two look like they've ever seen combat, or do they look like scholars?
Scholar. This is my entire life in
I
a
look like
library.
I'm an outdoorsy kind of guy.
Okay.
Jarund, is this how you hit on girls? Like, is this the sort of thing that I'm supposed to be saying?
I don't know how you hit on girls. I'm just being friendly. We're all friends here.
Oh, okay. And so he'll go up and extend both of his hands and be like, "Nice to meet you." And just go up to whoever Jarund hasn't tried to.
So Fera.
shake.
Hi.
Oh,
Nice
Jarund
to...
is going for Fera and Teah at the same time. That was
Then
the
I'm
whole
going
thing.
for 0.
Zeno.
Oh no.
Zeno, oh.
0 right wing.
Zero wrong wing. Thanks, Undertaste.
God.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you seem to be getting along wonderfully. I'll be back in just a moment while you acquaint yourselves. Counselor Odai says, backing through the door and shutting it with whoosh.
Thank you.
I'm confused. Which of the none of you really matched the descriptions of the
Second iteration.
Second, right. Second iteration. I should write that down.
Apparently, the Adventuring Guild license expired, so we were able to snap it up as a premium.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one told us.
Yeah, and I don't exactly have the frame for Edagon the Wise.
I mean, give it some
Although
time.
I have the humor.
Give it some time. You can catch up.
And so sorry.
No,
where
that's fair.
where
Good point.
are our manners? I am Nhazun.
Nice to meet you.
Fera.
Jarund.
Zeno.
And Jarund. Okay.
Jarund.
Great.
Nazir. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Nhazun.
It's okay. Here, and he'll just like write it down into a book, and then just like show it to them in common, and then just wave his hand, and the writing will disappear.
Wait, what?
Oh, he'll write it again.
No. No, but you made it vanish. How'd you make it vanish?
I can do that with anything I write down.
Using invisible ink?
No, it's just like I'm part of at the library, the Order of the Scribes. It's just one of the little tricks they teach us.
You work at a library?
Yes, it's actually kind of nice getting out. I'm hoping I can add some of my own books to it.
That sounds really interesting. We should talk sometime. I'd really like to know more about the library here.
Yeah, that really?
Yeah, obviously, like for sure.
I'll just like look directly at Jarund. Are they making fun of me again?
No.
Books are...
I'm gonna like lean down to Fera and just be like, "So, found a new boyfriend?"
I mean,
They just met.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I can show you to the library. Yeah, yeah. That shouldn't be a problem.
Fine. It's a date.
Where's Malia? Oh damn it! Where's Malia here? Why are they here?
Anyway.
So there are others in your party?
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah, they're going to go fight a giant or something like that.
Yeah. I have to go with you guys.
Okay, so what's the deal? A bunch of gith. Bunch of gith.
Gith Yankee, right?
Gesundheit.
Yankee.
Well, no, they're slightly different, aren't they?
I mean, I
At least
think
I
it's,
thought that's what the book said.
isn't it the things that stole Zeno's bow and attacked us on the ship?
Yeah, the gith Yankee.
Yeah,
Okay, so
they're stealing people or something.
Yeah, they are.
So where do we go first?
What was the name of the town, Kelly?
So they were seen hitting a place called Hull Town. Hull Town is a very, very small thorp just on the edge of the map, which has basically just vanished overnight. The lone survivor that was there is an old man who managed to make it to one of the nearby towns of Naporia, which is a decently sized town that you've been to several times, of probably about 1,000 people.
Does it have a teleportation circle?
Yes.
Perfect.
So, and then nearby, apparently there was something about they were headed in the direction of either Heron's Bugle, which is a large town on the edge of the island, or toward Beggar's Hole, which is an old landmark and mine. Basically, just like a natural wonder.
Okay. So, sorry, that was Holden's mine?
That was Hull Town.
Hull
So,
Town.
and what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to send you, because I sent the map the other day, but it's been a few days, so I'm going to send the map in our Zoom chat real quick.
Perfect.
If I can find the damn thing. Belmore Basic, okay. Nope. It's somewhere around here, I promise.
Do we know the name of the old man that survived?
Yes, it is a man. Pardon me one second.
Bless you.
It is a man named Calimenes.
Kelly Menace. Yeah, there's
There.
the only survivor, Kelly Menace. I think that was his name. German, that was his name, right? Kelly
Yes.
Menace.
Yes, that's the name.
He's holed up in Holt Town. Holed up in Holt Town. That can work. But they were last seen heading towards. No, he's from Holt Town, and he was going to. There's a circle there. I could take us there. But wait, where were they heading? I think that might be more important because we need to stop them.
Beggar's Hole, I believe.
Beggar's Hole, right. The hole. Oh, I wonder, is there a circle there? I think there's a circle there. Where should we go? Why don't we do this right now? Like people are in danger. We should make sure we help, right?
Yes. Just take a breath, Nhazun. Take a breath. You're getting a little worked up.
So you have a magic teleportation circle that you can take us closer to the location?
If there's one nearby there, yeah, and I know it. I haven't been out too much, but hold on a second. This is important. He'll open up and flip through his book, and like just grab another one that he was holding just a few minutes ago, and that he was writing in while Jarund was meditating, and he'll attempt to read his own instructions and try and take a breath following Jarund's example that he wrote down.
Okay. All right. So what's the goal with this?
Jarund told him to take a breath. like to breathe a little bit. So he's just trying to relax, and he was just like, "Oh, breathing. Jarund said something about breathing. This is how you meditate. All right, I'm gonna breathe and do like thinking that Jarund was making that be his example.
Jarund, vlog, Jarund.
Jarund.
A long
I
ooh.
apologize.
A long ooh.
Jarund. Oh, thank you.
Joru?
Jarund.
Ooh. Jarund.
So, yeah, he's leaving. I'm leaving the party with that information to discuss it while Nhazun calms down a little bit.
We're all
Okay.
gonna die.
But at least we get to do it together.
That's not.
I believe in dealing with things peacefully. I have many things that we can do to help make this a
I mean, as long as our
peaceful
bodies
confrontation.
get brought back, I think Malia can help bring us back.
It's true.
You?
I can also bring people back, but
So if things get really bad, Fera, run first, please.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, that was generally my idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Because how else is Malia going to know that she needs to come and retrieve us? Or,
Oh, that's true.
you know.
That's true. I'll be the messenger. It'll be great. It'll be great.
Exactly.
It'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Plan?
Yeah.
Okay, plan's made.
Plan. All right, so you're a scholar, you're a pacifist.
cleric. But I believe in peace as the first option, and if violence needs to come, it needs to come. But I prefer dealing with things in a more peaceful attempt first.
So
Okay.
we're going to talk the Githyanki into releasing their hostage?
Oh no! It just if we encounter other things along the way, I plan on
Oh, okay.
bringing peace to the Githyanki with
He's really persuasive.
Okay. Okay. So
Okay.
when do we leave?
Oh, where do we want to go? Do we want to head to where they're going, or do we want to talk to
old man.
Hailiiz and see the old man? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why don't we talk to the old
give-
man first,
Give me a minute.
and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, take your time.
And he'll start casting teleportation circle, which takes a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Teah is going to look over at Fera and then at Zeno and give that knowing look of, oh no.
Oh no, we're gonna die.
All right. So.
He's gonna return the look to both of you.
Mm.
Oops! I accidentally put on all of the images here.
No.
Which input was that? No. What? Where to go? Sorry, one sec. I seem to be having a technical malfunction.
That's okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
It happens.
No. What happened?
Teleportation circle.
What
Unspelled
even
down.
just happened? Okay, so that... What? What? Oh, I'm an idiot. Whoosh. It opened on my display capture window, because I'm a fool.
Oh.
I was like, what the hell is going on here?
That'll do it.
Because I was trying to have it pop up as an image inside of our spare window, and instead, I just found the map. So...
we got replaced by map.
Yep.
I love map.
No. I love map.
I love map. So real quick, here is, no, stop that map. If you look at the map real quick, basically you are in Teah. Teah is this is this city down at right.
That's how it's spelled.
Teah. All right. So if you head to the northwest, you will eventually go to Mount Epistos, which is where your friends are going. Alderglass, which is a large city of merchants, and then heading over, there's Hulltown, Naporia, Beggar's Hole, which is there wasn't a hole icon, so I used that, and then on the coast, actually it goes a little closer to the edge than that, but Heron's Bugle, and then there's Airedale up here, which you don't need to go to. So
Right on.
There are several places that you can go to make this happen. Basically, they are... so, you could go to Alderglass and just... I don't know why you'd go there. You could go to Naporia.
Yep.
And you could go to... I mean, basically, you can go to Naporia or Alderglass and kick off toward Hull Town or Beggar's Hole from there. Or you could go to Heron's Bugle. But either way, you need... For teleportation circle, you actually need an existing circle somewhere, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alternatively, you could ask the counselor to just drop you somewhere that doesn't have a teleportation circle, but then she can't bring you back.
Oh, teleportation circle. I'm sure that, or actually, what was it? Teah?
Teah is the capital city. Yep, that's where you are right
I'm
now.
sure they have their own circle.
They do, so you'd be able to pop back.
Would be one of the ones that he has. So hopping back isn't a problem. But if Naporia is where we want to go, and that's to talk to the survivor, then and you said they have one, then I say let's just go there. He's pretty excited to be doing something interesting, especially with people who don't live on the island.
Okay. What do you all do? Do you just let him cast this and then hop off?
Pretty much, I think. Like, Teah doesn't do teleportation circles, so she's just kind of twiddling her thumbs going, all right, so we're going?
So this is safe, right? Like, this isn't going to, like, discorporate any of us, or...
Well, I...
Like, permanently?
No. I've done this all the time.
He's quite good at it.
Okay, sure.
I can show you the discorporate. You like books?
Yes.
Here, I'm going to use a bonus action, I guess, or yeah, I could probably still use a bonus action to do this while I'm casting the spell. Yes.
Sure.
Okay, and I'll bring out Scathe, or
okay.
So a little he'll just kind of like twirl his arm around, or his right arm around in a little circle a few times, and just say some like whisper under his breath, and then a small tiny little ball with cascading writing in different language, kind of translucent, will just kind of like come out and just kind of float over to her, and we'll start, I guess, presenting like just the formula for the spell in common.
Yes, you want to see exactly how this functions, of course. A teleportation circle works in this manner. As you can see, by casting these runes in a particular order, it is like unlocking a combination lock to the universe. By doing so, it is a safe and efficient method of transporting oneself around this place that we call Valimar. Although I have heard yokels refer to it simply as Vale. Do not do this. Was that sufficient, sir?
Yes. That good, very good. Maybe show her some of the math and how the arcane symbols like just present them.
How about we head out for right now?
Well, I'm working on that.
It is not an instantaneous procedure, Mr. Right-Wing. If it were, you may not survive the transit. Carrying 6 individuals, myself included, across a vast distance requires careful, premeditated calculation of all variables. Or perhaps you would rather walk.
This is faster.
I actually would like to see the math, but more just for fun.
Scathe?
Math is just going to like glitter and gleam in the middle of the sky. Oh, Wow. That's some math. You know what? She understands the math. Holy crap. That was a 32 to understand the math. Huh.
So, do you know what it means?
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. That's what it means.
Okay, well, if
Done.
you say it's gonna be fun, then I trust you.
Everyone step in.
Yep, okay.
A portal opens on the ground, and even as it does, it begins to spark and swirl with goldish white energy, and you'll be able to hear the sound of a town echoing through the other side. And as you step on, there will be and all of you will vanish in a swirl of momentum, stepping out onto a teleportation circle in the center of a decently sized town. This teleportation circle is in a public commons. All around it you see there are pillars holding up a bit of almost like not quite a temple, but almost like a stone gazebo around this teleportation circle. There are flowers planted in hanging vases, and an old aqueduct supplying water in little streaming rivulets down the main street of this town. There are, in fact, hanging plants everywhere through here, of all different types. Some of them vegetables, some of them fruit, some of them just flowering plants. People are walking around. There are horses moving around. At least you think so, for as you take a look around, you'll hear the sound. And as you turn, you will see no horse's head, but you will see a tall man wearing a broad-brimmed hat go, "Morning," and walk off as you see his centaur lower half come into view.
Ah.
Is that a centaur?
I think so.
Yep.
Looks like it.
They're pretty common
Whoa.
around here.
Wow.
Welcome to Naporia.
Do centaurs sleep standing up?
I don't... I think
I
so.
don't know.
I think they can sleep however they want to.
Can I make a nature check
Yeah,
on
make
that?
me a
being
nature check
ranger?
on that. Let's find out. This is important. This is the most important roll of the game so far.
You want me to roll for
18.
this too? To see if she can remember?
Yeah, sure.
Nah.
Nah. You'd be like,
Nah.
Zeno, they sleep however they want. They have like horses, they do sleep laying down. Cows are the ones that sleep standing up. Horses can sleep either, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they do.
Also,
they
wow.
generally will,
Hello,
if they're
Ray.
in the fields, they will sleep standing up, but if they're like in a stall and feel protected, they will lie down.
Yeah,
Horse girl over here.
So that's what Zeno will tell the group.
So
What exactly what you just said.
looking around town, as you say that, you're going to get a sense of this place. Now, it's a little over 1,000 people here, packed inside of a tall set of stone walls that actually rise up over the horizon a good, 40 feet? These 40-foot high walls have a couple of people wandering about them, guards on the battlements, but they're fairly lightly armored. It looks like leather and strips of steel, kind of almost in like a bony pattern. Like wearing a set of ribs outside. Iron caps atop them, each of them holding a long glaive in their hand. They're fairly nearby to you, so you can actually see from this angle with your passive perceptions that the glaives are well maintained, but they're a little old, a little scratched. And you will see that as well, you will be able to, well, not see so much as smell the crisp aroma of recently uncorked wine nearby. There's a small taverna just there on the corner. And a few people are out on the patio drinking what looks like champagne. Where'd you now?
Oh, maybe we should have asked the minister about that.
Where would the survivor be staying? Like a tavern, town hall?
There's only one place.
Jarund.
Jarund, can you make me a knowledge roll? You make me an int roll, please.
Int roll, okay.
Int roll. See, I like that you asked how centaurs sleep. The real question should be, how do they put on pants? Where does the waistband end? That is the real question.
No, that's gonna be a 15.
All right, so odds are he's at the green home. It's a 2-story building of lumber and brick walls, completely covered by flowering vines and leaves and thorny, writhing flowers. Quite lovely. And there is a lovely middle-aged woman who runs that thing that you have been flirting with for quite a while, with mixed success.
Sorry, it was the green
home.
thorn?
Green
home. Green home. There's lots of holes and holes in this map, so
It's
I
true.
had green hole. What was her name?
Meta.
Meta?
Yep.
Well, I'd suggest. I think we should start at the green home. I know a fair lass there, Meta. She might be able to point us in the direction or the whereabouts of Kelly Menace.
Kelly Menace.
Kelly Menace.
Calamenus.
Calamenus. Fuck, that's a mouthful.
Okay.
So
How
I
do
think we
get
should
there?
start
I mean-
there.
Lead the way?
Yeah, follow me.
You know this place better than we do, which is
And he'll like stride off in a very he's a very confident like walk to a little sachet at the hips.
All
He's
right.
very confident in his vestments.
Heading through.
Who follow? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask who follows behind Jarund.
I mean, Teah will
immediately
follow
after.
pretty quickly.
yeah.
Doesn't want to lose track of them.
Like he'll go up to like any of you three and try and position himself between you. Just like, I hear the lowlands don't really use too many circles. They used to have them, but a bunch of them got destroyed. Like what do you guys use to get around? And he'll just take out a book and summon a quill and just start like staring.
Well,
Waiting.
Donkeys.
Walk.
and then there's carriages and flying
Horses.
eagles sometimes, and
Oh, mostly flying
most
eagles, actually. They're kind of like, well, they're uber useful.
It is true.
Interesting. Fascinating.
Eagle.
They're
Interesting.
very affordable for rates.
Honestly, although I've been here...
Especially-
Oh, just most recently we've been using a skyship.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then in a Pesh, they tend to use, what was it, flying carpets? You know, something that gives you a
Flying
real
carpets?
lift.
Yeah, they use
Interesting.
flying carpets there, and they also used to use a giant sand crawler to get across the desert, but now they've retrofitted it back into a ship.
Always interesting when guests around don't hear this very often.
Right, and I left my broom at home.
Room.
Damn it.
Room?
Oh no, you said flying ship. I left my broom at home. I got too excited. My broom. I used to be from Minkspell.
Oh,
We had a small exchange over there, and although I think they call it by another name now.
yeah, Lunarian. It's not great. We just dropped out.
I mean, I got my attendance delayed.
I don't do magic much anyways, so.
Aren't you guys a bit old to have gone to Minkspell?
We
We're
needed to be.
experienced students.
We
Yeah.
needed to be
There was
brought
a-
into the school as students so that we could have full access to the campus, so that we could hunt a monster.
Ah,
Who happened to be the old headmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming to success.
Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, he's dead.
Interesting.
Feel kind of
Yeah.
bad for that Huey Parker kid, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
Beepo to look after him.
That's true.
And I mean, we all know how capable Beepo is.
And just in case it comes up, Nhazun, the former headmaster when you were there, was a man named Marcodius Millsfjord. And he died several years ago after basically trying to sacrifice a couple of kids. apparently, it was kind of a scandal.
The headmasters there don't have a good track record.
It could be worse.
I've only met 1.5.
And I
So-
really didn't like either of them.
That's true.
A half?
The dead one was more easy to deal with though.
Mm.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Nhazun,
And
you're a
he'll just
big-
start, like, reading his book.
You're a big nerd, aren't you? I'm a big nerd too. No. This isn't an insult.
She is.
She is.
I,
It's great.
I just think the outside, like, a lot of the people around here don't really like interacting and learning about the way you surface dwellers do things.
Have you ever played Mazes and Monsters and Mayhem?
No? What is...
We're gonna talk. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. It's a game of pretend. I think
great.
you're really gonna like it.
It's pretty fun. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
It is pretty fun actually.
Monsters and Mayhem.
Monsters and Mayhem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a role-playing game.
Yeah.
I,
We were
Game.
introduced to it recently.
I don't tend to have a lot of time for games, though.
That's
But it-
okay.
there's
Neither
so
do we.
much
So when
to
we
read,
do,
to
it's a
write
lot.
down,
It's
and-
great.
It involves books.
I was gonna say I'm
that-
familiar with roleplay, but there's no books involved.
Oh, I like that
Oh.
kind of roleplay too. But
Was it like live action role play? What do you?
yeah,
There's a lot of action for sure, and it's
Oh.
definitely live. Smiles. I will say,
I'd like to
Robin.
trope me.
You know what?
Robin player is
Robin.
not charismatic. Jarund is so charismatic.
Yeah.
He oozes charisma. Just so
You just-
I know
just-
I'm
just-
terrible.
You gotta just lean into it, Robin. You gotta be like, oh, trust me. There's a lot of role playing.
Okay, fine.
Well played.
At which point,
I'll be blushing the
you
entire
say
game.
that, and oh, I mean, I'd be willing to try it.
oh,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just the next step, right? Like, it's, I mean, you know, like what, costuming? I got that. I got this cool hat now. She'll pull out the collapsible hat, and we'll just go, whoosh, and it's gonna turn into a big pirate hat.
I don't care.
We
Dibs
can
on
definitely
pirate
have
queen.
a try sometime if you like.
Yeah, but only if I'm the pirate queen.
Oh, you can be my queen any day.
Okay, weird, but good. Okay.
Wink.
Okay.
anyways, shall
Anyway.
we move on?
Does that work? Does that?
Generally, yeah.
Did you forget to turn on your smolder today?
The smolder is always on. Smolders. Smolder. I can't smolder, but smolder.
Make me a charisma check. Like, give me a smolder check. That'll be
Okay, I
persuasion.
will give you a
Persuasion. That'll be persuasion.
That'll be
Fuck
persuasion.
yes.
I
All
want to
right.
know. I want to know what this
Can I
is.
inspire Jarund? Can I waste?
I don't need inspiration.
No,
I don't
I
need
don't think he
fucking
needs it, but okay.
inspiration.
No, I want to.
No, I don't want you to.
No, I don't want you to.
Kelly,
Yeah.
Please don't. Did you get a nat 20 or a 1?
that was a nat 20, so that's gonna be 33 charisma. Persuasion roll there.
Nhazun is silent, staring at Jarund with wanton desire in his eyes.
What was the last thing you said? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What was the last thing you said? I blanked for a minute.
What's happening?
Oh, we're gonna die.
I don't
No,
know. I
no.
have faith. I have faith in these two. I think they're gonna be great. It's gonna be.
I have very capable hands.
I'm sure you do, honey. Now, can you show us the way?
Of course. Follow me.
A few minutes later, you'll make it down to the green home, following the natural line of the aqueduct as the city is wrapped around it, drawing water from a nearby hilltop. As
You said there's like flowers around?
Absolutely, yeah. They're just like, basically you're walking down a... I'm trying to think of what the name of one of these things is, but basically it's a row of columns with kind of like gardening over like an arch of vines and things just over top of it. What is that called? Is it like it's in like a pavilion, but it's
No, not gazebo.
it's
That's
not a
the right
gazebo,
word.
but you know what?
I wish it was a gazebo.
We were just in a gazebo, but like it's like a
Pergola? Pergola?
I think
No.
maybe sure.
Maybe
yes.
pergola? Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying, right? There's like a column about every 10 feet, and then above it there is a lattice work of vines and flowering
I think it's
plants.
pergola, yeah.
Okay.
So, Jarund would like to go pick 2 flowers and then give one to Teah and one to Fera as they're walking. Ladies.
Thank you.
And he's gonna pick a purple one for Teah. And what color are Fera's eyes?
They are gold.
Okay, if I could find a lilac and a sunflower, would those be there?
Yeah, there'll be a sunflower.
Cool. He'll pick a sunflower, give it to Fera, and some lilacs and give it to Teah.
Thank you. This is really nice.
They match your eyes.
We should move on. Carry on.
Let's.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish Malia was here. Or Mars. I'm really glad Mars isn't here.
Imagine if Cadmus was here. And Malia.
Oh, by the way, Cadmus and Malia are off together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are.
I should have gone with them. I could have been a wingman.
Mm-hmm. Instead, Mars gets to be the wingman.
Yeah, but you get to be here with us.
They're gonna get married and divorced by the next time we see them.
Yeah, that's probably gonna happen.
Well,
Are these your companions?
yeah.
Yeah.
They're going up to Mount Pistos to fight a giant.
Yeah, and they've been dancing around their
Giant.
chemistry for months.
A while.
Have you ever read that? Have you ever read that book, Companions? You know, it's kind of like those two characters. What are the names? Russ and Raquel.
Raquel, companions. That's like
Have I read that book?
Yeah, everybody's read that book, Companions.
Okay.
Totally. You know, they'll be there for each other. You know, and it
Yeah.
hasn't been their century, their eon, or even their
okay.
generation. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
That's what.
God damn it, please.
Great. Now that sounds like in my head.
Companions. Some of the apprentices in the library, like that I was teaching scribe work to, they were talking about that. I actually haven't read that. Is it good?
It's okay. It's a little dated. Some parts of it are a little, like, strangely awkward around alternative lifestyles. Alternative life?
Oh.
There's normal lifestyles. I don't know why people use that. But just,
Yeah.
like, it's a little dated. It's fine. It's just
It
like
was good for the time.
yeah. I mean, if you go in knowing that, it's kind of like reading like Susillo. Like,
I've missed out on so much.
well, you've missed out on Susillo.
Most of the books I read are history and arcane lore. I'm still trying to memorize everything that's in the library.
Amy, did you just get that was a
It's
Friends
difficult.
reference? Wow.
Oh my god.
Never seen it.
Baby,
Any of it.
Baby
Wait, you
millennial.
haven't?
No.
You haven't
We'll
seen
talk about this later.
Friends? Oh my.
No.
It's fine.
But I do remember a puzzle that was staring at me judgingly with the whole face, and they're all drinking milkshakes, and that's
Oh, that was
that's
an
all
awful photo. But anyway,
Yeah.
as you continue talking about things, Fera starts quizzing you on things you have or haven't read as you're going. So wait, you haven't read like anything like literature or operas or plays or anything like that? What about Susillo's Rigors of War? Everybody's read that.
I haven't. Do you know how big the back end of the library is?
Fine. The
In,
history of the Fandelian Crown.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know anything about Orkesh?
Orkesh. Do I know anything about Orkesh?
Make me a history roll, yeah?
Teah
history
distinctly perks up and looks over at them.
20.
20?
Unnatural.
Orkesh is a land over on the continent of Argeny, which formerly used to be this ancient magical empire that more or less had a Chernobyl event. This magical empire ruined itself, and this entire country-sized region, about the size of, using current things, I'd say about the size of Texas, became mostly uninhabitable. Until several hundred, actually about 1,000 years ago, a couple thousand years ago, the orcs who were captured from their original homeland as a slave race for the elves managed to break free and formed a nation there because the orcs are the only ones that are tough enough to live there. Basically, they're mostly immune to the radiation. Stuff doesn't grow well there, but it does mean that humanoids, besides orcs, tend not to congregate there. A couple of Goliaths, but that's it.
So Nhazun will basically start rambling through and reiterating that in really pedantic terms, talking about kind of digressing onto various side theories, and it's and there's another sort of theory that as to why the orcs are particularly able to survive this kind of a fallout, and they think that it might actually be related to some sort of a blessing of a god, which god we're not sure yet, but that it's actually, but none of this is founded, and we can't unless somebody actually, maybe we could find clerics of all of the different gods and trying to commune with them directly to find out. Oh, that might be an interesting experiment. And he'll just kind of open a different book off of his thing and just start writing.
Wouldn't that be?
What?
I don't know. It might be Sheelot.
That would be the obvious answer, but I think that I don't know. But that's.
But we're going there next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are you guys liking Valimar so far?
Valimar seems nice. It's good. Nice flowers.
It's got some nice enough sights.
Well,
Teah does not look at Jarund when she says that.
well,
Can we retcon and say Jarund is very low cut male chainmail shirt, and his robes are slightly open, revealing some really nice tops of really nice pecs.
Just nice pecs and a little happy trail just right between them.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Like the Hemsworth chest hair. Yeah. Okay. Or
Okay,
no, the
cool.
the Cavill chest hair.
Yes.
I fucking
yes,
love
the
Jarund.
Cavill. Yeah, he kind of looks like Henry Cavill from the head down, and then the head up.
That's that's the part you need the most.
Exactly.
So, with that, you will arrive at the Green Home, which is a lovely 2-story plus a little attic with a circular window looking down. Quite a large establishment. The outside of it is completely covered with greenery, vines wrapping up the side of it. And as you approach, you'll notice that the vines are actually moving, and a couple of them are holding squeegees and buckets and are actually going and cleaning the windows of the place. This looks like an inn wrapped in living foliage. Hello, Raid. And the vines are actually being put to work here.
Interesting.
what time of day is it, Kelly? It's
right
fairly
now-
early in the morning, right?
I think we said it about noon.
Yeah, it's about noon right now. You've had breakfast, and by the time you're here,
All right, so we go in, we talk to the survivor, and then what do we do after? Do we just start heading out after that?
probably a good idea.
All right.
Does anybody know what he looks like?
We were.
Maybe we should have asked the sister about that.
Can we not ask the proprietor of this establishment?
Yeah, I know. Meta and I go way back. I'm sure she can help us.
Okay.
All right. And with that, do you open the door?
Yep.
All right. So heading inside. Did you? I just checked the chat and I saw that what you did, Robin.
I was, curious.
You know what? Okay, fine. I'll allow that roll to stand.
It doesn't have to be said anything. I was curious for myself.
Robin did an endowment check for for their new character, and it was not found wanting.
No.
Okay. With that, you are going to crack open the front door of this this place, leading inside to a large and comfortable inn. And as you do, the sound of the town around you will begin to fade. Some light music will be playing inside, and you will smell a bit of sausage roasting. Sounds like sausage and bacon, both fatty and delicious aromas rise through the air, as well as the scent of baking bread. As soon as you walk in as well, a broom is going to push past you, sweeping the floor on its own. And you will hear a voice ring out. Just a minute. Are you guests or are you newcomers?
A little bit of both.
All right, and with that, around the corner, a tall and lovely woman in the peak of middle age will round the corner. Her ears are she's at least a half elf. Her ears are long and pointed, buried in dark hair with a slight green tinge to it. Her skin is pale, and her eyes are this lovely emerald green. She rounds the corner, and I noticed the drama bomb in the chat. We'll do that. And she is wearing a lovely flowing dress of what looks like scale beneath her apron. And in fact, it's not just a dress. This dress clings tightly to the lascivious curves of her body. She is built like a model, and is definitely showing off those features underneath that that apron. As she rounds the corner, she will smile over at you. Jarund, it is a pleasure to see you.
The pleasure is always of course mine, to see your gorgeous face again.
Such a flatterer, this one. And the rest of you? It is nice to see you as well. Are you coming to stay, or are you here for... Nhazun, this must be business then.
Yes. Why? Oh,
Who is this
Hailiiz.
handsome man? Hello. My
Oh,
name
that's
is
Zeno.
Zeno. A four-letter name, just like mine. My name is Meta. It's a pleasure to meet you. My, you are quite strapping and very tall. I could wrap you around my finger. And still have room for you, Jarund.
Always have to make room for me, Meta.
Of course, I do prefer something in a shade of green, she says, looking up and down on Teah.
We needed to speak to a survivor of a recent attack on a town.
Business.
Yes, you're looking for the old man,
Business first,
Hailiiz.
pleasure
Hailiiz
later.
is
Yes.
here, and I'm easily able to bring you to him. Hailiiz is just upstairs resting. He died.
What?
Oh, he died. We made him better.
It happens.
Okay. I mean, I'm glad that he's better.
It was good. We found his body pretty quickly, and were able to use Revivify on him. It cost quite a pretty penny, but that's all right, because there are still a couple of natural mineral deposits around here. He was just
So-
mostly dead.
So, I guess we shouldn't have called him a survivor and more of a.
He was a casualty. Did you
Survivor.
not get my report? I sent it to the council.
No, they didn't include that part. That we
I
heard.
think we might have left a little prematurely.
Never, never, never. Nhazun, if you are premature, I have something that can fix that.
A watch?
You always want to be punctual.
Never been a problem for me.
Yes, sometimes unfortunately so, actually. There are things that need to be done, my friend. Not everything has to take 3 hours, seriously. It's not a race, but it's also not a marathon.
That's not what you said last time.
Yes, well, I had a lot more free time last time because my inn burned down. I brought it back. It's better now, but it's good. Yes.
So, anyway, moving on.
Who's that behind you? And Fera's going to kind of peek from behind these two much larger than her people, that is Teah and Zeno, and go, I'm the other one. Yes, you are. And can I get an insight roll off of anybody who'd like that?
Yeah. Why the heck not?
17.
I'm good at that.
Hey, you want to know what I rolled?
Was it a nat 1?
Yes.
Twinsies!
Okay.
11.
My luck from last night
11?
will not last.
Okay, so as you try to gauge the situation, you and Jarund are actually going to look at each other, and against your against your senses, against what you wish, you have like a brief little like, oh, he actually is handsome like moment, like where you could just like, it doesn't have to like start a fire in you just to be like, wow, he really is dreamy. If he wasn't such a tool.
No, Tia's trying not to be distracted by him constantly.
But
it's hard.
So you both just find yourselves looking at each other for a moment, and there might actually be
Soulful gaze.
you'll have a soulful gaze with each other, and like I'm gonna say that like your relationship ranks up Persona style.
A little blush crosses his cheeks.
You get to him, and a little purple will go across.
Yeah, the blush on an orc's face is a little athlete's face.
Zeno, what you will gather though is that her demeanor becomes somewhat icy when she sees Fera. And Fera will absolutely notice this because she got a nat 20 on this. And... Did I fart or something?
Everything okay?
You want to see Calimendis? We should go show you Calimendis so that you can figure out what you're doing in town. Naporia is not a big town, so too many visitors might be bad for it.
Well, I mean, we weren't planning on staying. We're just.
Oh, good!
Yeah, we have to keep moving on.
Please, follow me. Follow me.
Thank you.
She will turn and lead you up a winding metal stairwell in the next room. In this room, you can see that there are scrub brushes working of their own volition, but as the light hits them, you'll see that ghostly figures are actually doing the work for them. Just barely visible as the dust motes in the air kind of outline the shape of spectral servants. And she will take you upstairs where there are several rows of rooms on either side. The hardwood floor, you'll notice, is actually living and sprouting. You trample on a little bit of grass that resembles a thin green carpet as you head inside.
Jarund will take off his sandals and start walking barefoot.
It feels really lovely under your feet, actually. Halflings particularly adore this place because they're all sensualists in this world. And she will lead you to a room at the end of the hall that's kind of one of the quieter ones, and will open it. And inside of this, the room is not huge. It's about a 10 by 20. Has several different bunk beds inside of it. Looks like this is a room for travelers or family. And laying on the bottom bunk, on the right bunk bed, you will see an old man, wizened well into his 70s or 80s, completely bald and clean shaven, lines crisscrossing his mouth, his crow's feet so deep that they've definitely done some walking, those feet. And as you enter, he kind of looks up and squints in your direction. Hello? Who is it? Who's there? My sight is not as best as it was, and I've unfortunately left my glasses. It is Meta and friends. If you need anything, please call.
Somebody ask him some questions, and I'll write it down.
We wanted to ask you about what happened in. What was the name of the town?
Whole town.
Whole town.
Beggar's Hole. Or
You were attacked?
Yes.
And with that, he'll prop himself up a bit and look at you with these steely eyes.
Ugly eyes.
I was minding my business there at the edge of my winery, in a small vineyard that I like to keep tabs on. Playing with my dog, well, not so much playing, but watching him play.
What was the dog's name?
Uno.
Uno, okay.
It's an old language word for the number one.
Number one.
And as I was there, I saw smoke beginning to rise from the center of town. As I did, I rose and tried to aid things. I heard the screaming of villagers, and I tried to go and help, but to no avail. I brought my hand crossbow with me. In my youth, I used to be a bit of an adventurer. I served in the Valamarian military, peacekeeping unit primarily.
Peacekeeping.
Yes, I was a captain.
Captain.
And, but it was to no avail. By the time I reached them, it was too late. The gith, strange, freak elves, had taken the town, killed some of the guards.
Did they have a bow?
No, yes,
'Cause
they
didn't you, Zeno? You said they had your bow?
They had
Yes.
several bows. They were mostly armed with immense silver swords.
Silver swords.
yeah, those did
That
those
checks
do
out.
damage. Those
There
hurt a
was-
lot actually.
I remember that
Yes.
there was a sudden flash of light.
Flash of light.
They grabbed all of the townsfolk. It's a small town. Only 26. Occasionally more with some of my spare farmhands. And there was a surge of light. Not one, not two, but 4 lights. And then they vanished. But not before skewering me. They said something in a language that I believe it was their own. Gith. I remember the words, though. It was Ashtmuf Panar.
I will allow Nhazun to make me an intelligence roll to see if you have ever heard that gith before.
23.
23. That roughly translates, from what little gith you've picked up, as the word feeble or weak comes across to you.
Is that what they said? Too feeble, too weak. The rest of them they took in chains.
How are you feeling?
Right as rain. I'm ready to go back out there.
I'm going to take up my book and use my master scrivener ability and cast comprehend languages as a ritual for a single action. Can you say that again?
We say which Ashluk Panar.
Yeah. Did that come through at all
Did what come through at all?
with comprehend languages?
Oh, with comprehend languages, you will hear, it basically translates as too weak for our purposes.
Too weak for our purposes. Oh, they're looking for slaves
But
or
to what?
something else.
But to what
Surprising.
end?
Probably
Why?
nothing good.
Well, we're looking for them now, so
Yep. Try and retrieve your townsfolk.
yeah.
I see. Well, I may not look like much, but if you'll have me, I would accompany you.
Perhaps you should stay and rest.
I am not weak. I am not. I am.
But you did die the other day.
Yeah,
Yes?
You fought your battle. We can take it from here. You need to be prepared in case we fail. You should conserve your strength. You fought a good battle.
Insight?
I don't think it's our choice.
I have more to give than just one life.
Hey.
They
I don't
took-
think it's our choice. It is his life, right?
Okay, but I don't.
You can make me a persuasion roll, Teah, if you'd like to convince him to try to stay
Sure,
here.
I would like to persuade.
That's what I was trying to do. Like, I
Sure.
will give
Okay.
you advantage there,
Yeah, so
Teah.
that will
'cause
give
that's what,
Teah
that's what I was
advantage.
trying to do.
Yeah.
Yay!
That's exactly what I was trying to do, is
Dice.
convince him not to come. Oh no.
With advantage? What'd you get?
I
Guess what
should've-
my highest dice was?
Was it a 1?
It was a 4. So it's gonna be a 5
Good
total.
God.
I rolled a 1 and a 4.
Would you like to take my plus 13 to persuasion?
That's not gonna.
That's not gonna help.
Those
Oh no.
those creatures swept in and took everything that whole town had. My life is not as important as what they have taken. Now, maybe I am old and foolish.
I see you won't be dissuaded. So fine. But if you slow us down, we're sending you back.
I will not slow you down.
Okay.
We are going to take back our people and remind the gith that we are not weak. The line must be drawn. Now and here.
I can respect that. Okay.
Just make sure you follow our lead, okay? It's your life, your choice, but just we gotta work together.
May the gods bless us on this harrowing journey.
Well, Matt, then, I am part of your party. My name is Hailiiz Russo. I am something of a fighter. Sort of. I was many things in my youth.
To become captain with the peacekeeping course, that means something. That means a lot, doesn't it?
Yes. I studied in the techniques of the battle masters.
Battle masters.
Shall we head off to Hulltown then?
Fascinating.
Yes. I will be going with you. I'm happy to go.
All right. So,
How long of a trip is it to Hulltown?
From here? Do you have a vehicle or a horse?
No.
Walking, it's nearly 70 miles.
Oh, I left my broom at home. Damn it.
We borrow horses or rent a carriage or
Kelly, would I know someone potentially in
Around
town that
here?
would be able to
yeah,
give us a ride?
you do know a couple of people that could help out.
Cool.
But we'll go ahead and make me an int roll. Let's see how well that goes for you, though.
Oh, int is like one of my lower stats. Oh, that's gonna be a. I'm gonna put my
Inspiration.
determination.
That's
You
gonna be
don't
an
have to. I'm gonna put my determination on it. Keep your inspiration block. You got one.
He can't
You
keep his
get one.
inspiration. He just keeps pulling it out like all the time. Keep your inspiration in your pants, bud.
Keep it in your pants,
It's like
buddy.
my books, okay?
14.
14? Yeah, you know a guy. You know a guy who can help you out here. His name's his name is Lothier, actually.
Lothier.
He's a horse dealer around here. Actually, he's a centaur, which is kind of a little
He's a
ironic.
centaur. Yeah.
Not the same centaur you saw earlier, though.
No.
No, different centaur entirely.
I have a buddy, Lothier. He's a centaur and he's a horse dealer. A little ironic, I know, but he knows me. Can probably snag a deal to get us a couple rides.
All right.
Good. I am happy to go with you. Just let
Alright.
me. Are we headed back to Hull Town to catch their scent?
I think that's the hope. The
Well,
intent?
weren't they? Didn't we think they were going to Beggar's Hole?
We're
Or
headed
did
in
I
that
write that down?
direction. Either Heron's Bugle or Beggar's Hole is what I remember from.
They may be going to Heron's Bugle to acquire more slaves.
Heron's Bugle then?
Probably head there.
Heron's
Let's
Bugle's
get
a
their
bit
track.
further, but with horses we should be able to do it in short order.
Well, Nhazun, do they have a teleportation circle there?
If they do, I don't know it. It's mostly the major cities that have them. There's not many
Okay.
people who can cast that spell, and it takes
Makes sense.
a bit of time to most of the ones that we have are old. I need to spend more time doing that. Just to.
So we just have to ride hard to wherever. I was working on my hard joke.
Yes.
Don't worry,
Yes.
you just try again. You'll get it.
Where's the
Yes.
place called? Why is my pictures is not opening the map. Heron's Bugle. Fine. We gotta ride hard to Heron's Bugle. I'm
Yes.
familiar with a hard ride, so it'll be good.
I'm sure you are.
That like
All right.
actually or
Yeah, I ride
And is
horses
that-
all the time.
good.
Good.
Horses or centaurs too?
Depends on the night.
You're a randy little one, aren't you?
I believe in making peace in any way I can.
Once we get home, I should be able to get my eyeglasses. Then I should be useful to you.
All right, Hull Town, then Heron's Bugle, then. Sounds like a plan.
Good. With that, you begin to head out. And as you do, you will hear a voice. Ah, leaving so soon?
Mm-hmm.
Well, be sure to come again, especially you. It would be good to have you stay here. You are a ranger?
Yes.
Oh, I have a number of specimens you might be interested in.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely. All sorts of plants and animals from all parts of Elos. I have an arboretorium in the back.
Maybe
It's-
next time.
You do not know what you're missing.
She has a nice arboretorium, indeed.
And you, she says, smiling at Teah.
Hmm?
You are, what, a druid?
Yeah.
What a green thumb you must have. I could just eat you up.
I mean that's from the orc heritage, not the druid heritage. The druid training.
It could be from both.
Heritage green thumb.
Oh, one moment. I do want to send you off with something. If you're taking Calimenes, I want to make sure that you are in one piece. You, can you help me out? Who, me? Fera says. Yeah, I need somebody to carry something. Do you have hands? Look, you have hands. Come and help me. Okay. Nhazun, what were you saying?
He was going to try and interrupt, but then I got the idea that he kind of was talked over, so just kind of kept going with it.
So as she heads back into the kitchen around the corner, Fera goes in. You can hear the sound of an oven opening and closing and the sound of bread being cut. And wrapped, and it just appears like she's getting some rations and fruit ready for you. This will be a nice picnic for all of you. You'll love it. And then, the next time you are coming through Naporia, you will remember Meta and the Green Home. And, yeah.
Certainly leaves an impression.
Absolutely. Are any of you going to... What are you just doing? Are you chatting? Just kind of hanging out,
Is there
waiting?
like a bar? Is it? How does the tavern kind of
So it's
look
not
from the main room, or what?
so it's not much of a tavern, more like just like a restaurant room.
Can Jarund go into the back and grab a bottle of wine and 2 glasses, put a gold down on the counter, and then pour Teah a glass of wine while they're waiting?
I mean, Jarund can. One moment. Can you make me... what's your armor class?
Oh, fuck. 17.
Okay. You are going to be able to do so, but as you do, a small pseudo-dragon is going to try to snap your finger off as you reach behind the counter. It looks like the pseudo-dragon is guarding bars. You're going to be able to grab the bottle, though.
Hey now, it's me.
What's
Calm
going on
down.
out there, Shanty?
I'm just grabbing a bottle of wine, Meta. Is that okay?
You should
I'll
ask
pay you back
first.
in kind. I guess
You
you'll just
would
have
pay
to
me back in
discipline me.
gold.
Yes. I have it here. You can discipline me later.
Here, you, grab these things. And, as she does, you are going to hear the sound of something dropping to the floor inside of the kitchen. Just a slight crack as a bowl falls to the ground.
What was that?
Let's see. Is anybody going to try to listen?
Oh yeah.
Sure. Make me a perception roll.
Because I'm a little concerned because of what she was like earlier.
Okay.
Can I just use my passive perception?
Yeah, you can use your passive perception because it's
25.
25.
21.
Okay. What language do you speak, Chris?
Common, Draconic, Elven, and Giant.
Okay. You will both be able to pick up just the slightest, like, whispered threat.
Actually, everything.
You speak a lot of languages, yeah.
Languages.
And you will hear in Draconic the following. You shouldn't have come here, foolish girl. I know what you are, and I know what you bring with you. There is only one that can be in this town, and it's me. You stay away, and you do not come back, or I will pluck the flesh from your bones. This is my horde.
At that point, Zeno is going into the kitchen.
I'll follow the ranger.
Oh, is everything going okay back here?
Yeah.
I heard something fall.
I just dropped a plate. Yes, you need to be more careful.
Meta.
And
Meta.
and right at that, Zeno is going to say in Draconic, "Don't cross her."
They're here to help.
We don't care about you or your horde, but do not cross her.
Oh, horde. That's right. And he'll start writing in his book.
You wouldn't have been the first that we've had to deal with, and you probably won't be the last.
I think that maybe we should Jarund!
She's going to look up and lock eyes with you. Can you do me a favor?
Yep.
Her eyes are going to flash bright green for a moment. Can you make me a
Nice.
wisdom save with disadvantage?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm using one of my Hurt the Mores to give you disadvantage.
Well,
so many.
that's going to be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22
With disadvantage?
with disadvantage. My other one was a 24.
Damn.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. You are not going to be frightened. You definitely are going to be not unintimidated. We will put it that way. But you are not magically frightened for a moment as you see her look at you. Her eyes glow a bit of a shade of green, and you will see for just a moment as she looks down at you, another eyelid will just cross her eye from your right, and then the front door will jangle as someone enters. Just a minute.
I think hearing Nhazun yell for him, Jarund's gonna go in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
at
Zeno's
that
gonna
point.
end with, "You don't need to worry. We're not coming back." And he's gonna turn to Fera and be like, "Shall we head out?
What just
Everything okay in here?
Everything's fine."
what?
I
Insight check.
There, you know
Insight
what?
for everything, because what the hell did we just walk into?
Yep.
Teah's gonna get a look from Zeno as if
Yep.
basically say, coming off as, "I'll tell you in a minute."
Let's see if Teah
17.
understanding.
You don't need
and
to
can
roll.
pick
There's
any-
something. There's
no?
the air in this
There's
room is
something.
hot and thick and acidic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like this. We'll be
It's okay.
going now.
Let's just head out. That's
Okay.
probably for the best.
Jarund's
Yeah.
gonna flash Meta a grin and be like, "Thank you, Meta."
Absolutely. You forgot your apple, she says, sweeping one off the counter and handing it toward Fera. Thank you. She'll grab the apple, and as she tries to grab it, it won't be let go of immediately, and she will just lean forward and whisper something very, very imperceptibly. Okay. All right. Anybody who wants to try to listen to that may
Yep.
make a perception roll.
With
21.
disadvantage or flat.
You can do flat. It's going to be hard, though.
If it's
I
in
don't-
Draconic,
Yeah.
Jarund's not gonna even try.
I only sort of understand a bit of Draconic, so I don't feel like it would make sense. So
27.
27. And
Oh,
Jarund?
I'm
I
just
said I wasn't gonna
passive.
attempt because
He's
Oh, pardon me. I meant Nhazun. What'd you get?
he's just passive. He's always just kind of paying attention to the wrong thing, and if he overhears something, he overhears it.
Okay.
But he's good at overhearing random shit.
When he calls, will you answer? She tilts her head slightly. Coming! And walks past, letting go of the apple. It's this bright green Granny Smith that Fera's holding as the woman walks past and heads to the front door.
so let's just,
As we walk out the door, as he goes past the counter, he's gonna put a gold on the counter and just say "gold is best," and then walk out with Fera.
Can I make a perception check on Fera?
Yeah. You may.
what?
I'd be sure.
17.
17? What are you looking for?
I just wanna, cause Fera was one that was called in, and then this kind of was caught in, and then this information. He kind of just wants to see what is Fera looking like. Is she like? Does she look?
A little shocked, and a little, just had a bad encounter with an angry customer type of thing at work.
Okay.
Braced and strong. She rolled really well on her, taking this. But as she walks out, you'll see that underneath, the kind of plume of her skirts, this is going to be the first time that you've really gotten a good look at her from the back as she's walking out, and you will see the very bottom of a lengthy gold-scaled tail swishing around at the base of her skirt, kind of nervously.
He's gonna kind of then as they're walking out, kind of friendly, kind of do the kind of where you kind of grab someone's upper forearm and just kind of give that reassuring kind of squeeze. It just a very friendly, gentle kind of squeeze to Fera as they're walking out.
Sure. Make me a charisma roll, real quick.
Charisma roll.
Just charisma.
Okay.
Yeah, and then at
I
the same time,
rolled-
Zeno is going to, try and lead Fera out, basically.
That's gonna be 24.
24.
It's a
So you'll just be
natural
able to give her a
19.
little squeeze, and she'll break contact with you after you do it, but like
No.
she's not gonna like turn on you or anything like that.
Yeah, but it was just kind of like seeing that she's a little distressed, being like, care.
And
Okay.
as soon as we're out and like out of ear, like just out the door and out of range of the building, just be like, Teah's gonna turn to them and go,
Matt is a green dragon.
"What?"
What did I miss? Wait, what? She's a dragon?
And
Dragon.
Yeah, Matt is a green dragon. Guarding our horde.
From what?
what?
From anybody who wants to steal it.
But no one wants to steal it.
No, but she just assumed.
Why?
And you tried to pick a fight with her, you idiot.
You did what?
No, I wasn't going to pick a fight with her.
You don't fight meta.
I can handle myself. I'm not a child.
I don't doubt you one bit.
I wouldn't want to get on your bad side, Fera.
No, you don't.
All right.
What does this have to do with the gith?
No, it's
Absolutely
just a-
nothing.
Nothing.
Passing encounter.
Absolutely nothing.
Can we just go get the horses now?
Yep.
Yep.
What did I miss? I'm sorry. I had to go grab the rest of the food. You seem to have walked off without it.
Callie Mendez will look around and,
Yes, well, different personalities tend to clash. Perhaps we should go get those horses and set out.
Yes.
We have a
That's
long
Yes.
ride.
brilliant idea. Thank you.
Young
Let's
blood,
start writing it all down.
easily heated, easily spilled. Shall we go?
Let's-
Sooner we're out of this town, the happier I am.
Good. Let's find some horses. What's wrong? What's wrong? Not a fan of horses?
No. I like horses. Horses are great.
Insight check.
If you're not a fan of riding,
Oh,
We
no,
can-
that's fine. I'm good. No, me and horses are fine. We get along great.
good.
I can give you a lesson.
If you're not fan of making it fast,
No,
we can
I'm-
make
I'm
it slow.
Fine. No, that's fine. No, like the sooner we get out of town, the happier I am. Let's go. Let's go. And she'll like start forcibly like hand on people's shoulders, pushing them.
okay.
And just be like, wait, I don't know where the horses are. Which way do we go?
All right.
Follow me.
Okay, and with that, you
Thanks.
will lead them to horses, and you'll begin after a brief negotiation. Go ahead and take 20 gold off of your character sheet to basically rent the horses.
20 gold
Each?
each?
No, total.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a rental fee.
Okay.
And
I'll just take it off the party loot. There we go.
Just take it off the party loot. And with that, we're going to take a quick break, actually, and we'll be back in just a minute. So don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. We're back. This is the part of the segment where we talk to the chat. Ooh, that was a pretty good one. I like that.
Oh,
So that's very casual, Robin. So hey guys, how's it going? Ooh, Arthard, good to see you there. Strange Brood, Frog Hemoth Legs, and everyone else. So wonderful to
I'm
see you tonight.
embracing my character.
Oh, let's show off. Hey, you're wearing an amazing shirt, Robin. Can I see it? What?
Well, bam!
Oh, what's this? Dun 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 dun.
Don't sing too much of it, or you will get banned.
Oh, you don't lift too much of it? Yeah, if you see where Catamus is printed on this shirt, I'd get Twitch banned.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Show me where Catamus is.
All right. So, and I will say that in the meanwhile, I mean, maybe later, maybe I'll ask Christine. I did take a minute and make Callie Mendez as an art breeder real quick. So I'll pop that on the
baby.
screen real quick.
So, real quick question, Kelly, because you've
Yeah.
said his name like 3 different times. I have Kelly Menez, and Kelly Mendez. You said at 1.2.
Callie
What
Mendez.
is his name?
So it
Kelly
is
Menez.
Callie.
Collie.
So CALIME.
Well,
you know what?
N-E-Z.
I'm just gonna start calling him Kelly.
Don't call him Kelly, please. You can call him Captain Russo.
Captain
Russo.
That might be easier, but yes. Okay, cool.
So he will request to be called Russo from now on. It should be Russo or Rousseau. My name is Captain
Rousseau.
Rousseau. Yeah, the T.
Russo.
Captain Rousseau.
Rousseau.
With or without the T?
No T.
Without.
Oh, okay. Well, I like the T, but all right.
Yeah, no tea.
All right, so
No
there,
tea, no
there he
shade,
is right
Kelly.
there. He is on the Twitch screen if anybody's looking.
That's great.
Nice.
I love it.
So-
Nice.
He is. What I love is with Art Breeder, like look at his eyes real quick. Like you can really cloud those things up.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
He does not look like Prince Philip. Shut your face.
Ooh, you went real big there.
I did.
Dang.
I did. I got real big. Yeah. We all get real big during quarantine.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel that real hard.
And hello, Valdrianth. Valdrianth. Yes, I got it right. I got it right in one.
Raid!
Hello, Raid. He's supposed to look like Picard. Like, come on. Okay. So everybody who's just raiding right now, great to see you. Is Artbreeder a website? Yeah. Go to artbreeder.com. You basically it's this person does not exist. So a picture aggregator, but for art. So if you look over there, Teah and Zeno both are paid commission art, as is Fera, but Jarund and Nhazun are both things that Robin and I, respectively, made for the characters in like what, a half hour?
Something like that.
20 minutes? Like Nhazun's picture took me all of 4 minutes to make. And then
Nhazun's picture honestly gives me Will Graham vibes.
yes,
Yep.
well, he said we were talking and he wanted like a Harry Potter look, but not quite so British. So I literally just added like
Literally what I said.
yeah. I was like, okay, and basically it's I mean, it's not 100% like accurate, and they do have really broad terms like make them more Indian, for example, or make them more Arabic. And it's very broad traits, but I mean, you kind of get what they're going for with it. And you can make some really great characters, and it's yeah, all of our cyberpunk characters are Artbreeder. Artbreeder's great. It's one of our secrets because it's free and it is completely owned by you once you make it, because it's for example, Robin and Chris's pictures right there are made from art and photos from like, I don't know, 400 different people combined into a single photo. It's really great.
It's great. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I've made like
Hey, getting
a lot
dicey.
of
Good to see you.
characters.
We'll never stop.
Dicey. It's
Although
Achilles from Wellington.
Although I will be taking a couple of days off after next week. So,
That's a good idea.
well, hey guys, guess how many days in a row does the Wava stream that we're doing count as me running?
I mean, you're working it.
still
You're like
doing
being
stuff, you're doing
production
tech.
manager.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm voice of godding.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're still
That's-
doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Okay,
were just
so
being a regular player, no.
So if
Aren't
you
you
already
running
know,
for,
don't
like-
say, but guess how many days in a row I'm running. If you don't know.
I have a guess.
Hold on, I'm gonna start counting. Tell me when to stop. If you go over, you lose.
10. I think.
I'm running 13 days in a row.
Ah, so you have no days off.
I have no days off. I have no days off, although I gotta say tomorrow night's Victoria by Night is going to be just god-awful.
If it happens,
What do you mean, if it happens?
Oh,
the
like, 'cause
cursed
it's
game
cursed.
is cursed.
It's 14. Oh, so you're over by one.
There's
It's
only
13.
2 games that are cursed right now, right?
Yeah, it's only two.
The Curse of
Exodor
Strahd.
and Vampire.
No.
Curse of
That's
Strahd.
fair.
Hexadorn.
I
Sorry, you had
absolutely...
Curse.
I guess like day 11 is only partial credit because I'm playing. I still don't know what the hell I'm gonna play. It was posited that for Candlekeep I should play an isekai character.
An isekai?
An
Yeah.
isekai character, so like a guy from the real world who has like magic abilities, because of course I do. Because
If you want. I mean, I found that background. Do you want me to send it to you?
oh yeah, please send that to me. Please send
Yeah,
that to
I
me.
got that.
But yeah, it's gonna be good. If you haven't tuned into Candlekeep Mysteries, definitely do. And
it was so
also,
good last night.
it was a lot of fun. I do agree with what you were saying though, Robin. Last night you said that it was kind of repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
And that module was really repetitive. I that was the one problem I had with it was go into room, look for book, get attacked
Get hit
by
by
something
things.
that was inanimate that you could have
Yeah.
looked for, but unless it moved, you couldn't really see.
I just sort of assumed eventually that everything was going to try and kill us.
I mean, trying to
You're
get a
not
Ravnos
wrong.
cult leader. No, I'm blowing up a city, so it's going to be great. Trust me, the Ravnos have been blown up enough times already. But it's going to be quite a thing. Real quick though, I have decided that if the season does not end tomorrow night, Chris, it's going to be probably like a 3-week break because the next week I'm away. Christine and I are going on our holiday, and then we're going like to go hide out in the middle of nowhere. It's gonna be great. It's the only way you can do it during COVID. And the week that we get back, if I run Vampire that week, I'll be running for six or 7 days in a row again. As soon as I get off vacation, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna try to treat myself nicer after vacation, which is why I'm really, really happy. Thank you. I am really, really happy that I am getting other people to run on the channel. Like Amy is going to was it going to be May probably?
I think we bumped it back to May, yeah, because
think
I'm
so.
waiting for Hexador and Werewolf to wrap before I start anything.
And I really need that wig, Robin, so I can see if that is my halfling or not. With the Miles Edgeworth wig. Yeah, show me my wig. Is that what it looks like?
Yeah.
Show me my wig. I want to see
I
my
know.
wig.
I'm taking it out. Calm down. Calm down. Chill.
Just I can't
After
calm
Zeno
down.
cargo
I can't
bay.
calm down. So yeah, but hold it up. Put it on.
Okay.
Don't
okay.
put it on.
Okay. I didn't know. If, yeah, I was
No,
gonna say,
don't
I don't know if you want me to put it
Don't
on.
actually put it on. I don't. You already touched my dog today. I don't. Turn around.
I mean, it's pretty good.
That's pretty good for a halfling.
Right.
Yeah, so I might be a halfling monk. I really have to question though, guys. Should I be a monk of the astral self so I can be a halfling with 8 arms or 6 arms or whatever? Or should I be a halfling of the merciful way where I
mean,
heal people
Yes.
and then make them
Yes.
explode?
Why don't you try out try this out in Candlekeep
Deathling.
and see if it's actually
Yeah.
what you want to play, so you're not committing to something.
Well,
a
how
No,
long?
I was thinking of
Have some-
cleric, but now I'm playing cleric for this. But I think I might want to do Tempest or Twilight cleric. I think.
Be a
That's what
deathling
I
and
was
have
thinking.
somebody yeet you at people.
That's true. And then I'm really sad though because I was gonna wear a bald cap for my Goliath, but I don't want to have to glue it on every week for Candlekeep. And I was doing like so during our Dork Expo, Hayden gave us a bunch of like rolling tips, not rolling tips, but like voice acting tips on how to do things. And I was really like, Christine and I were in the car today and I was practicing my Goliath voice. Oh God, it was so good. It was so good, and I want to be able to use it because there aren't many other characters where you can just get into it and go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. I am a Goliath, and I am here to smash. Hey, baby.
That looks real good, guys. This looks real good.
You want to smash?
I do want to smash. Always, constantly. 120.
Mike, do you want to smash? You're muted, my friend.
Always.
Always. All right. So, we are going
How's
to...
the chat doing?
How's the chat doing? We're going to do this for like 2 more minutes and then hop back in the game.
Swig. Look at it. It's 2 colors.
It is 2 colors. Oh, that's nice, actually.
I know. It's for the upcoming.
Isn't that wig based on the one from that character in Fire Emblem 3 Houses?
Yes. Pretty sure.
Do it. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. From
Always
the
DGS.
DLC. Yeah, that's the wolves or whatever they're
Chat
called.
really
Wolves.
died from laughing.
I don't know.
Chat. This is a
Rosalta,
very serious
we'll play more
character.
Guild
He's
Wars.
not funny.
Who's not funny?
Jarund.
Oh, Jarund.
Jarund is amazing.
Jarund's good.
I mean, there is what Soul was saying in chat. Jor wound.
No,
Jarund.
Jarund.
Your wound does.
No, Jorund, but Jor wound.
Hold on, I can type it.
Wound.
Get
Yep.
the woo in there.
I believe I was the first one to say that.
Oh,
Were you?
were you? I saw
Were
Soul
you?
post it pretty early on, but
Oh, I saw someone also did Jorlund. Like
I saw
Lund.
Jorlude.
Jorlude.
Jarund.
Yeah.
Jorlud. Jorlud is pretty good too.
when Jarund invites you
Nice,
over to
that
Smash
amount.
and
Oh my
you find
God.
out he doesn't have a Switch.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He has a Switch. It's like a lash.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
Oh, it's 6 more days. Oh, Wonka. Am I running in 6 days? Yeah, I'm running 6 days.
Yeah,
So,
you're running forever.
Happy
apparently.
birthday, Wonka! Okay.
Happy early
Riggs!
birthday.
It's Riggs! Riggs! I'm getting too old for this shit, Riggs. And so is Wonka.
know,
Wonka's getting too old for this shit, Riggs.
I know Precarious isn't here right now, but they said that if I made it to 30 days, they would that they would donate $100 to Extra Life because that was my charity of choice.
Oh,
But
really?
I'm at 23 days, 21 hours, 18 minutes, and 52 seconds.
Yes.
Nice. And you know what?
Progress.
You know what, Chris? I want to say this real quick, and it's no pressure on you, but man, I'm proud of your progress. You've had a shit month, and you've still held on. And you know what? No matter what happens, you made it to this point, and I am impressed with you, my friend. Good job.
I need to get past 3 months.
You need to get past 3 months, but you know what? Going through what you have so far in the last month and still holding strong, that's impressive.
Yep.
Hell,
play more games
hell, just
together.
holding on at all, and let's play some more games together. And let's
I'm trying.
Although, so if COVID ends and we have the Dork Tales retreat in November, because we were gonna rent a cabin and go like do Dork Tale stuff. Then it's tax.
Mostly just being dorky.
Mostly just being dorky and planning games and stuff. But if you quit until then, I'm pretty sure that pays for your trip.
I already paid for my trip. I was just like, no, I've got this.
Oh, no, I know,
And,
but that basically is the same amount of money or more, I think, because that
What
shit's
you
expensive.
spend. Yeah.
Yep. No, I've
Then-
done some looking at some budgeting, and that's a pretty big reason for it. But yeah, no, I actually like was just like, no, screw it. Like I'm already doing pickles. All right, Kel.
Okay.
I want my pickles.
So you know what? So Chris, I'll upgrade that. I'll upgrade that. So, you make it to 6 months. 6 months. What game do you want me to run? You have 5 months to figure it out, and I'll run the game. I'll quit if you start again, but I'll run the game, or I'll just kill your character with a rock.
Ooh.
Just
Or fire. The smoke inhalation kills him.
oh god, you have
Everyone
the.
is like, please say mage, but I'm like, but there's mummy, there's beast.
Oh shit! Don't make
Nobody
me run
runs
beast or mum. I mean, I'll do it for your lungs, but fuck.
Like, oh,
Think about it. Think about it.
You have 5
And
months
nobody
to
else
figure
take it up just to quit it so that I run mage, okay?
Yeah, at that point it would be like, come on, you guys.
Kelly,
Come on,
no,
what the
no,
fuck,
no.
you guys?
This is an exclusive you to me offer because people will do that to have you run mage.
Yeah, they're
They
weird.
are
Exclusive.
addicted. You have a cult.
Yeah. And yet I have very, very few corpses. I don't know.
I
It's
want
just-
to
it's not a
experience
cult.
this cult,
Fine.
by the way.
Mage is
Still.
good.
Robin, don't pressure him.
I'm not. I'm
happen.
saying at some point in the in the future, not even near, in the future, because we're gonna have a long, healthy friendship. It's gonna be great in the future.
It's true. It's true. Okay, so
Pickles are good, Kel.
The pickles are good.
Pickles are good.
Pickles are good. They're a good
Pickles
branch.
are
We'll
always
just have to.
good.
We'll just have
Especially
to.
big pickles,
and then
hey.
at a year you get James's body.
Wait, what?
What?
Like
What?
not maybe sensually. I don't know. But like
No,
you-
I'm just imagining you're murdering James and giving it to
Yeah,
think of all
that's
the
what I
spare.
was
Think of what you
thinking.
can do with
Why?
all those spare parts, though.
black market.
Oh, also, guys. Hi, James. I just wanna let you see
Oh.
something. Whoops.
What do
Whoops.
you-
No, that's not it.
What do you
There
know?
we go.
What have you
James
done?
Dash.
Thank
James
you, Stu.
Dash.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Aw. So
Always
Ravnos
good.
Archon has offered that if you make it to 6 months, he'll run mage for me and you.
And Kel, because Kel wants it so bad.
Everybody does she? Does she actually care? I don't know if she actually cares
No,
about
Kel
mage.
has been like, please say mage like 5 times in the chat.
I think it's because
Yeah.
she lives with Mike, and I think like Michael, and I think that she's like,
I have no idea.
I don't know.
okay. So there's just one thing I have to say real quick.
I can hear the clicky clack. Jesus.
Okay, there we go.
It's so many James Bodashes.
Whoops.
Oh my god, it is so many James Bodashes.
And a bunch of V's too.
A bunch of
that's
Vs.
me. That's me.
I know.
Fucking up.
That's for your vendetta. Oh god, I've got an itch. Hold on, guys. I have to scratch my back with the monster manual because it's all I have.
You do.
Okay, we're good. Woo!
You know what's great is
Feeling
I
that
have this
CR22
axe.
dragon right there.
Vister's
Oh,
axe
God,
is a
no.
great back scratcher.
Is Robin throws a ham a command?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
the
did not
shit
notice
did that get up there? And why does Robin?
You're
I thought Mike
welcome.
was. I thought
I
Mike
made
was
that
the one
one.
that was throwing hams.
No,
No,
I
it's
made
Robin.
the Robin throws a ham.
But it wasn't it Mike's
I was
thing?
the one who originally.
Mike was the one that offered to throw it on my behalf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
said I'll come there and throw hams,
Because Mike is the MVP.
Yeah.
and I meant to write I'll come there and throw hands, but it
Yeah.
went to
I
hams.
went to hams, so I
And
throw
everyone
hams
likes
now.
that way more. So
true.
Robin throws a ham.
I throw
So-
a ham.
And then
apparently.
like
No, I need to fix
that
this
session,
command,
like there
though.
were a
Hold
bunch
on.
of people like that needed to be moderated for inappropriate comments. So because of the nature of the original conversation, I was just like, you know what? I'm making this command because Robin was just like, I'm on this.
Is there an emoji for like
Throws
a
a-
hank of like
A
ham or
hunk of
something?
meat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go to Emojipedia.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, here we go. Got it. I got this.
I want the Cali
Ah,
rush to be a thing,
I'm
just
good.
because it's like Cali. And it's just I just picture like this horde of Callies, kind of like that episode of Slayers with all the Nagas.
Oh God, no, 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 no,
And just like Callies, they're like Cali.
You showed me that episode as like inspiration prep
For Shards of Nyrn.
Shards of Nyrn, and I just have never gotten that out of my head, and I'm
Oh.
so.
Question: out of the like 5, hurt the Moors, how many? Have you
I only
used
have
tonight?
4 left.
Okay.
I used one to give Zeno disadvantage, and it didn't matter because Mike rolls high on wisdom saves.
Yeah, Mike. MVP.
Can I roll charisma to remove it? Hurt them more? Just kidding.
I mean,
Because you'll use it
maybe
against me. No.
I
Maybe-
think
Robin can.
Should I add something else besides just like meat on the bone?
I don't know. I was doing a joke
like
for it, and then I just
pig or
missed you.
bacon?
This is basically we just traded roles with Jarund, where Jarund just kind of is like, "Whoa," and people are like Matrix dodging out of the way of his
Yep.
like his
Who's
swag.
dodging? Tia's not. I'm just bad at portraying reactions.
Yes, it's working. Mwah!
Yes, and real quick, yes, I know Slayers, and actually this world that we're running actually is largely very inspired by a lot of the things in Slayers because it's such
Oh,
a good
goodness.
show.
There's a ham now.
Throws a ham.
Done.
Uh,
Oh,
Oh.
crap.
No. Oh, good. You're
They're back.
give us the
I
M.
went, I went to go hit one of my tabs, but it accidentally hit the stop video instead.
When you tab so hard, you kill your camera. Oh, that's
Yeah.
really cool, Wonka. Hayden's actually friends with Lena Inverse's voice actor.
Nice.
Nice.
So, and
very
I am
cool.
desperate because I want to play in a game with them and be their friend because I don't fan.
I just stop. I am desperate because just I am desperate. That's it.
I don't fan over people very much, but like that. So a little bit Lisa Ortiz, and then also who did I fan? Oh, I fanned slightly over Marshall. No, what was his name? From iZombie.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Maverick,
Oh no. I can't
Marshall,
remember his name.
Corporal, General. What's his name? It was
I can't.
Sergeant.
Oh, Marshall.
Was it?
Was
Was it
Marshall?
Was it
Was it
Marshall?
Well,
Yeah, it was
No.
Marshall.
No.
No.
My cast. Let's Google this.
Major. It was Major.
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 So
Major.
I
That's because he's just seems like the nicest person.
So I went up to him while he was at Fan Expo and just said hi to him because like there was no one in his line because it's iZombie, it's a smaller show. And I went up to him and I had this line prepared where I was gonna say that like, hey, I just want you to know that I really think your comedic delivery on the show is fantastic. Like, I think he's like the funniest freaking character on the show. And I go up to him, and I'm dressed like Star-Lord at the time. I've got like the shitty mutton chops, and I've got like
you are.
this, and I've got these bright blue contacts in to do my Chris Pratt, right?
Yep.
And I go up to him, and I'm like, hey, I just wanted, and before I can finish my sentence, now if you've ever seen this man, look up Major iZombie. The dude is a dish, okay? Like, hold on. I have to do this real quick because this is worth it. So hold on. Major
Oh no.
Yeah,
I
he-
fan
he's
over people
pretty.
a lot. I'm also awkward, so if I've actually met someone that I fan over, I don't think I could speak. I would be one of those
So-
awkward people.
Robin,
that'd be
I hear ya.
So hold on. So this is
I hear
him,
ya.
right?
Yeah.
Like super dreamy guy, right? And oh, that's really cool. I didn't umbrella work. That's fantastic. So I go up to him. I'm like, "Hey, nice to meet you. I just wanted to." And as I'm saying that, he goes, looks up kind of dreamily, and goes, "Wow, you have the bluest eyes I've ever seen." And he's like totally sincere. He's not giving me shit. He's just being really complimentary. He's like, because I'm wearing like super bright contacts, and I'm like, I'm totally derailed because I wasn't expecting this. I was hoping for a human conversation, and he gives me this look like I'm a beautiful young woman, and I'm like, thanks, I bought them. And he's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh, they're contacts. They're contacts. I just wanted to say that I really like your character. Sorry. And he's like, oh yeah, thanks, man. And I'm just like, I'm like, what? I think. What?
The only time I've ever frozen up meeting somebody is when Geddy Lee said hello to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geddy Lee.
Geddy Lee, bassist for Rush.
Oh yeah.
And
It's a good.
Carrie Fisher.
yeah,
You met Carrie Fisher?
You
Oh,
met
really?
Carrie Fisher?
What? How'd that? Okay, tell me the story, and then we'll go back to game. I want to hear Carrie Fisher. Sorry, Mike doesn't understand because Mike doesn't like Star
I don't
Wars.
like Star Wars, so
Sorry, what?
It wasn't huge. Like it's nothing major, but she was at a comic convention that somebody I met. I volunteered at. It was in Victoria. It was when I was doing some upgrading in college, and like somebody in one of my English classes was like, "Hey, you seem kind of like into nerdy things. Like, are you bondable?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, and she's like, "Do you want to help out at a comic convention?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I've helped out at the anime convention a few times." Like, sure. And so I just helped out and did some like random volunteer work for a weekend at a comic convention, like right downtown. It was very small, but one of the people there was Carrie Fisher.
You got to meet her?
I got to say hi. Like
did she tell you to fuck off? Did she give you the finger?
No.
that's too
She
bad.
was nice. She was yeah, like it was but it was just like, hi. And, like it wasn't like it's not a great story or anything
That's
like
fair.
that. But
What was the deal with Geddy? What was the deal with Geddy Lee, Mike?
I bought his book and he went to go sign it. And much like you, I had like
You prepped, right?
I had a line prepared because I really wanted to actually like interact with him. And I get up to him and I pass him my book to sign. And he's like, hello. And I'm just like, you're Geddy Lee.
You've told me this story before.
Yeah,
Because you just
and
said it like 4 times, didn't you?
Yeah. And then I grabbed my book and I walked away.
See, that'd be me.
And then,
Me?
June was right behind me, and she actually had a conversation with the man. And this is a girl who has a crippling social anxiety, and can't talk to people. And she goes up to him and she starts talking about like her bass and how much she likes playing bass and how much of an inspiration he is, and all of this stuff. And she has like a 5-minute conversation with the guy.
God.
And I'm just like, you're Geddy Lee.
I have to ask real quick, Stu. I see you in the chat. So Stu used to do work for iZombie and The Flash.
That's cool.
Out of all of the people, hi General, good to see you. So Stu, out of everybody that you interacted with, any of the celebrities or anything, who was your favorite? Don't tell me your least favorite, because you might. Oh, Mike's running away. Mike's running back.
Opening
Mike's
window.
rocking the Camaro.
Mike, you're rocking the Camaro. Okay. So who is your... Did you meet anybody? And if so, who is your favorite? And then we're going to go back to game.
Man, Carrie Fisher, she was my like role model growing up because I was like, I fucking love Princess Leia. She's like one of the earliest like female icons that I was like, yeah, she doesn't take shit from
Space
the
Mom
boys.
says
She is just the
Space
good
Mom has
as
a lot
the
of good
boys.
lessons.
I met Mr. T. That was pretty good.
I pity the fool.
I was like 4. He gave me my ability to throw fools.
Mm.
Is that why in your games halflings get thrown everywhere?
No, that's just a D&D thing. You know that it's just a D&D thing. Halflings always get thrown.
I always thought it was kobolds.
I got tossed in Emrys.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
Yeah,
Toss the
All right.
halfling.
Because halflings are
I
aerodynamic.
died.
Yeah, they
All
are.
right. So with that, I think it's about time to head back into game. Y'all ready for this?
Let's do it.
Okay. 3, 2, wiggity 1. Hello and welcome back to the Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. Now, after going and acquiring some horses from Lothier, you all began to ride out across the plains, making your way across the rolling hills and lush green grass on your way there to the edge of Hulltown. As you approach the town, you can hear birds singing in the distance, all around you and the trees that dot this landscape, which makes what you're about to see even more perverse. Hulltown is a small thorp. There are a little over a dozen buildings inside. At least there were. Now, all but 3 of them are smoking wreckages. The wooden roof beams have collapsed on most of them, the brickwork been shattered by the weight and heat. Bodies of those dressed like the town guards over in Naporia dot the ground. Only 4 of them, but in a town this size, it's not just a sizable part of the population, that's a sizable part of the community. And as you approach, you see blood streaking the ground. They came here, Calimena says. Since you're riding, he's asked you to refer to him once again as Captain Russo. And as Captain Russo walks down, he crouches down next to some of the blood. This was, where a woman named Miara was struck. A baker. A mother of 2. They dragged her off in chains made of silver. We will make this right, will we not, friends?
The intention.
Mm-hmm.
Is there... What does the scene kind of look like? Are there broken things?
Absolutely. This place is a scene of utter carnage. It looks like a raid ripped through this town.
Is there any sort of like center town like
There is a town square, a fountain that has been shattered. The cherubic statues that were once spitting or pissing water have been knocked to the ground and shattered. There's a small wall around the town, barely 4 feet high, more likely to keep in goats and sheep than it is to keep out anything, aside from the laziest bears.
Jarund would like to try and go up to the fountain and cast mending on it.
Okay, you may. And as you do, you will feel magic surge through you. Now, mending, I want to put this out here just so that everyone knows. Mending normally does not repair that much. In fact, mending normally only repairs a single break or tear in an object, no larger than 1 foot. However, as you cast this Jarund, the shattered fountain will slowly begin to piece itself back together wholeheartedly. Anybody who is new to Jarund, I would like you to make me an Arcana roll if you are paying attention to this.
Yeah, I'm probably paying attention.
Okay. Fera failed an Arcana roll? Hold on.
Oh, Fera.
Whoa, I might have passed it though.
Oh, no, that
And
was...
he's kind of
What?
muttering in Celestial as well. He's muttering slightly.
Unnatural
passed it?
20.
Okay,
I
17
rolled
over
a
here.
15.
All
I
right.
got a 12.
A
Those
12?
prayers finally paid off, Amy.
So you're not really paying attention to that, Zeno, as you're looking around. There's something more important here. Captain Russo said that there were 4 lights that appeared as his vision faded. He wasn't wearing his glasses, which means that he probably couldn't see much in front of him. Maybe they teleported them away, the slaves? Did they continue on foot anywhere else, or did they all vanish, though? And how big was the raiding party? These are the questions that Zeno is thinking of as a tracker. And as they're watching Jarund, I'd like you to make me a survival roll.
Coming right up. Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
Sounds good.
Where's my sheet? Here it is. That's gonna be a 25.
25, that is fantastic. We're going to get to what you find in just a second. Jarund, one by one, the brick and stone fuses itself back together, and you'll hear the soft tinkling of water from this small, angelic boy that is spitting it into a puddle. Teah, you and Fera are both going to see that this is an unnaturally strong mending spell.
Interesting.
Jarund, this is nothing unusual for you, being, you're not... Whole town is a blessed place. You're from this side of the island. That's quite powerful, Fera says. I'm going to go gather my things. My home is the one over there. I should be back shortly. He begins heading towards one of the smoking racks. Meanwhile, a little bit away, Zeno is crouched, checking the tracks on the ground. Zeno, with that, you are going to be able to see that the raiding party that struck this town, there were 26 inhabitants, mostly human. Looks like a halfling family. Family of 3? Yeah, just 3 small feet. Not children. The gith came. They appeared suddenly. Struck hard. Struck from 4 different points. From there, and there, and there, and here, where you're standing. They appeared out of nowhere, catching the guards by surprise. The guards showed damage to their fronts. They weren't murdered. Well, they weren't assassinated. They were slaughtered. You see the marks that are obviously made by those deep, serrated swords that you were struck by yourself not that long ago. One of the guards did not die when the blade pierced her, but you see the places where her skull bubbled out from the psychic damage as her brain boiled inside of its casing. And just to make sure that you all are aware, this is what their swords look like.
Classic.
Oh, cool.
That is a great sword. So picture a notched, curved, pucker-bladed scimitar, but the size of about 5 feet long. That thing is a monstrous weapon. And as you're checking this, Zeno, you think that there were 8 gith. 4 of which continued onward. The other 4 looks like they rounded them up, brought them all together, chained them, and then walked them into nothingness. A teleportation spell? What do you all do?
I'm gonna pass that information on to everybody when they're done with the fountain.
I'm going to be following Zeno, kind of writing down what he's doing, and just like when he says that information back to us, like, oh, that's what you were doing. Fascinating, and start writing that down.
Yeah, Zeno will kind of be like mumbling this stuff as he goes, like thinking out loud about it.
The final tracks of the last 4 looks like they were headed to the northwest, which by the map would mean that these 4 are likely headed toward Heron's Bugle.
Well, at least that's a direction. It's a start.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can get there before they do the same to this town. It's
How big is Heron's Bugle?
You know what? How big is Heron's Bugle? Like
About twice this
like
size. About 60 people. 58, something like
60 people. 58? Okay. Like I'll oh, it's about 58 people. Actually, sometimes like during the spring, there's this rare butterfly that flies over there, and it's actually really beautiful. So they end up putting it's kind of like a tourist attraction. So it really depends on what time of the year, because the population sometimes. Oh, sorry, about 58.
So what do we do? Do we go and rescue them, or do we try to stop them from taking more and attack wherever they actually went while there aren't as many there?
We could try that.
I think we should try to head to Heron's Bugle and try and stop them from taking more, and then go from there. I mean, if they want slaves, they're not going to kill them all.
And
Yeah.
you guys, you guys are the adventurers, right? Like you've done this sort of thing before, right?
I
I mean, not with gith,
adjacent,
but with
sort of.
similar things, yes.
um,
We deal with overwhelming odds on a daily basis.
What saves the most people and prevents the most from
Well, if they took 26 people as slaves, and there's another town with 58 people, let's go try and save the 58 to start with.
I mean, if we find a way to prevent them from taking people, perhaps then we can find a way to get the others back.
and hopefully we can maybe deal with a few of them there
Yeah.
and have less people.
Just a word to the wise, especially Jarund. Have you ever dealt with a gith before?
Kelly, would Jarund have dealt with a gith before?
Probably not.
Probably
not. They're pretty rare, and in fact, their arrival in Valimar was definitely a surprise. Actually, what you can do, I want you to make me an int roll to see if you would. Actually, you know what? Make me a charisma roll to see whether or not you would have heard the story of what happened.
Okay. Oh, that's gonna be a 21.
21. You did hear a story recently, several weeks ago, maybe a month or two. The stories are fairly vague. There was a flash of light in the sky over above Heron's Bugle and, well, this part of the island. A sudden flash in the night, an explosion in the sky. Something careened into the barrier around Valimar, the protective bubble that keeps things out. It crashed somewhere, but no one ever found what it was. Just bits and remnants scattered for miles, which, given the fact that the bubble is close to a mile high, it could have fallen over a vast, vast plain. Several dead animals gulls and other things that fly were impaled and killed by falling debris. But those who found it says that it seemed like parts of a ship.
I have not personally dealt with any gith, but I've heard rumors and stories of a fallen ship that crashed, or something that hit the bubble of a Valamar
Yeah, that
had broke off.
that was
pieces.
our ship.
All the way up here?
Yeah. Skyship.
Wait,
It's
wait.
in the
wait,
capital
wait.
right now, being repaired.
You've been here for a month?
Unless there was another ship before that? Was there a second ship? How
We've
many people are
only-
crashing
We've-
ships?
We've only
We
been
haven't
here
even
for
been here.
a few days.
Yeah, not even a
Yeah,
week.
no, this was rumors from like 3-4 weeks ago.
Oh.
Another ship must have crashed.
Oh, weird.
Anyways, the
They were-
gith are ruthless and terrifying.
They hit
And they're
hard.
extremely powerful. And they
They-
have exceptional psychic abilities.
They were attacking.
Our ship. Are they trying to mend theirs?
They were trying to get our ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they might be low on resources and supplies. This might be a good
Wow.
opportunity.
They wouldn't attack the capital, right? Just to get a ship? The capital, like, the Arate is protected enough from that?
They would have
How-
to know that your ship made it there, to be honest. I don't know if
mean-
they know that yet.
Is Arate blocked from scrying?
How?
I've
So-
been
so-
gifted
okay.
many gifts. I think will be able to help us against these gifts.
Okay. Well, why don't we try and go see if we can save the 58? Because yeah, if they took this town as slaves, they're not going to kill them,
Oh.
because then they wouldn't have
right
taken
away.
them.
Not right away.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's go. Let's start
Yeah.
there and see what we can do. I'd rather move and try something than waste time debating.
Yeah.
I'm with Teah. Not when people's lives are on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. We will make sure that we do our best.
You hear Captain Russo say as he wanders up, dressed completely differently. Now you see that he's wearing long, dark trousers that tuck into a gleaming suit of what looks like mithril scale that dangles down around his hips. It's a bit baggy on him. In one hand, he holds a what looks like a wand of some kind. Long and actually, not, I say long, but it's more like a snub-nosed, hiltless dagger.
Hmm.
On his other hip, you see a long sword dangling and moving with his hips with a practiced gait.
Hmm.
A pair of small spectacles are on the edge of his nose. I can see
Captain.
now.
Fantastic. And yeah, what I've seen makes sense that you said you saw 4 lights.
What do you mean?
That would be the 4 that teleported away or in. Yeah, 4 teleported out and 4 continued on, so
Well, that means that we have less to kill.
yeah.
If we have to kill them to save people, sure, but I'm still kind of hopeful for a solution where nobody dies.
I don't
I don't think you're gonna get it.
Not with these.
You're right.
They don't exactly seem like the talk first, ask questions later. They seem more of the.
How much is life worth to you?
Quite a lot.
Is it worth
Your
more than the
ship?
26 that are currently being held captive for God
Is
knows
it worth
what?
your ship?
What are you asking? What are you suggesting?
If they're trying to repair their ship and they were trying to get after your ship, like are those 26 lives or even one of those lives worth trading your ship?
I don't know we would even be able to present such an argument or trade with the way they've been going about things.
No, that's fine, and I won't. I haven't really.
It's also
fought
not
much,
our
and
ship
I
to
won't back
trade.
down, but I'm just
It's
trying
on loan.
trying to consider all the options. That's all.
I think the most important option is that we stop them
Hmm.
from taking any
Yes.
more life or
Yeah.
any more slaves.
That I can agree with.
Had they come to us peacefully, I'm sure that some of the people in the capital would have helped repair their ship so they could leave.
Mm.
Instead,
Instead, they're taking slaves.
That is not the way to deal with other lives.
Not the way. Okay. Well, let's ride, shall we?
let us go.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
All right. And with that,
Um,
what's up?
And as everyone's getting on their horse, because do we all have one horse each, I guess?
Yep, you got one horse each.
Okay. Before we all leave, Zeno is gonna just if I can learn how to speak English correctly.
That's right. Speak common instead, it's easier.
Oh, I know, I'm trying to, right? Zeno's gonna go up to Fera and just be like, hey, before we go, I have something for you, actually. And he is going to, reach into his bag, and he's going to pull out a little blue hat. And well, I know it's not as fancy as your one that Malia got, but
Looks
I
a lot
saw
like the
it.
one that I lost.
and I thought of you, so I wanted you to have it. It's nice and you're nice, so just remember that you're not alone. No one thinks you're a child. We just want to help you because you're our friend. That's all.
Thanks. I can take care of myself, though.
I know.
Again, just stop doing dumb things, You're not a dumb person, but you gotta think before you do stuff like that. You don't
I
know,
know.
It was fine. She was just... I know you're just trying to help.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you care. You want an apple from a dragon?
Kinda.
Here, and she'll toss it to you.
I'll catch it and take a bite.
It's pretty sour, actually. Like, it's really crabby, but it's also very, like, this bright taste that just completely contrasts the scene of carnage around you with, like, the smoking wreckage of the buildings and things. It's just, it's as sweet as anything could be in this moment. Teah.
Are we able to hear this? Because if so, Tia's pointedly not listening.
Okay, that's right.
Zeno is trying to be very discreet about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like he would have waited till people were like kind of off on their.
Yeah.
All right.
It has very much an air that it's a private discussion.
Yeah.
Jarund... Oh, sorry. So you're trying not to listen. Jarund and Nadine?
Quick
Maybe.
question. How far is it from travel for here to bugle?
About 50 miles.
So timing wise.
Timing wise, a horse can go what, 15 miles an hour?
Something like that.
Casually. Horse speed. Things that
Okay.
So, horse can go 88 kilometers per hour at a sprint. How long can sprint?
Probably
Okay.
you'd want to go trot.
Well, a horse
trot
can do
canter.
a horse can do a sprint for an hour, right?
Yeah.
So you could reach there in an hour if you rode your horse hard.
Okay, cool. So when they come back from their little talk,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, perfect. I'm gonna cast a second level spell, Aid.
Okay.
So I will touch Teah, Zeno, and Fera.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Nhazun. And I will cast Aid, which lasts 8 hours.
Okay.
You choose up to 3 creatures. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, so,
So you get 5 hit points.
5
Yay.
temporary hit points. Nice.
Farah has 91 hit points.
Sorry, how many do we get?
5.
Is 5 temporary?
Yeah. For
Ooh,
5.
so, Nhazun, if he overhears this, doesn't really care because he's like, ooh, this is a great part of the story, and is writing it down. As well, Skaith hasn't been dismissed and is probably floating around just listening into random things that Nhazun isn't around for anyway. So if Nhazun does hear it, he's not like pronouncing it or anything, or even probably actually aware that this is something that should be private. He's just more like,
Oh no.
like just writing it down. He wants to write a book. He wants to record everything. Like, all knowledge must be kept. If nobody ever reads it ever again, no worries. But if he hears it, he's writing it down.
Actually,
That's
take 10. I'm
fair,
going to
yeah.
cast that at 3rd level.
Okay. So what does that do instead?
It just adds another 5 hit points
take
every
10, okay.
Yeah, so take 10
Nice.
hit points instead of 5.
All
Nice.
right.
Yeah. So basically, I'm thinking that if Zeno and Farah are going off and it's clear that they don't want to be listened into, and Teah can't hear it from the distance, then after they come back, she's gonna pull Farah aside and be like, what is going on with you two?
What do you mean? He was just apologizing for almost getting us eaten by a dragon.
Yeah, why did he almost get eaten by a dragon? What is going on?
I don't know. He's been acting really weird since the other night. I don't know. I don't get it. He's
The other night? What is going
I mean,
on? Is this going to get in the way of like
No, nothing's
us
gonna get-
saving people?
nothing's gonna get in the way. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna save people.
You fine? Okay.
Besides, I gotta show
Are
you this
you
new thing
okay?
I've been working on something new that I want to show you. I think you're gonna like it.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the spell Chain Lightning?
No.
I made some modifications.
Nice.
I think you're gonna
Nice.
like it.
I'm excited then.
Also, are you gonna
So-
sleep with Jarund?
What?
Jarund, are you gonna sleep with him?
Why are you asking this?
Because he's looking at your butt right now.
Yeah.
He looks pretty pleased with it. Hi.
He's gonna turn and wave. I don't know. Not when we're saving people.
Well, no, not but like celebratory.
I mean, maybe.
Nice.
Cute.
Yeah, he's really cute. Like, he's really cute.
How does he do that?
I don't know. He does that twinkle thing with his eyes, and I don't really.
How is that natural?
No, that's gotta be something magic.
twinkle.
He's doing
Is
it
that
right
an
now.
effect?
If this is overheard, this is being written down too.
I mean, Tia's
But
ignoring whatever
if
Nhazun's doing.
Teah turns around and looks and they're both staring at him, he's gonna wink.
Yeah,
little,
okay.
little wink.
Tia blushed.
Fascinating.
He just,
And then just turns around.
Yeah.
Lets them have their private moment.
Anyway,
what god even is that?
I
Is that-
don't understand.
He better not be Xerthus.
Oh shit, maybe
gonna eye him up for a
Yeah,
minute.
she
Like
turns again, and they're just like squinting.
they're like glaring at you like you're under a microscope for a minute. You're like,
Oh, he's turned around so they can check him out and stare at him. He's not looking. He's giving them the privacy moment. Also showing. Wait, he's wearing robes, so they can't check out his ass. But
No, they can't. It clings. It clings.
Okay, cool, good.
Damn it! How does
It's like
he?
a peach.
How does he
It's like a
even look
peach.
good in robes?
Understand.
What do you think he look? No. Okay. Let's. Are you
Let's
ladies done
focus on the
gossiping?
task. Who's gossiping? We were making a game plan.
Yes, a plan of battle. Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was gossip?
No. Mm-mm.
Everything's
Wait,
gossip.
How did you get over here?
What you ladies talking about?
The
Oh, they were
best
talking
way
about
to.
you.
We think that you might have a good strategy for
The best strategy.
taking down the gith.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
You seem to be
I'll
full
look
of
over
tricks.
at Zeno and be like, what does Jarund's eyes have to do with the strategy for taking down the gith?
He's very
Means
perceptive.
It means he's pretty.
He might
Pretty will take down the gith.
stun them.
I'm interested in this strategy. How does this work, Jarund?
I have I don't.
He's just gonna start walking away. She's just like in a direction that's probably not the right way either.
Teah, your horse is over here.
Yeah, I know that. I knew that. Yeah,
He's just
I
gonna
meant to
like
do that.
casually just shrug it off and not comment. Just be like, should we get going?
I'm glad Mally and Mars aren't here right now.
Oh god, me too. And with that, as you mount your horses, Captain Russo will look up and down and say, "Youth is wasted on the young." And with that, you'll begin to ride north by northwest, riding hard and fast across the terrain.
Just how Jarund likes it.
I mean, it's a horse. That's what you do. You rush across the fields and fjords and the Vale of Valimar, and soon you will find yourself into a slightly hillier region. This area is pockmarked. You can see that the grass has receded on many sides, leaving bare exposed this fields and fields of, well, metamorphic rock? Igneous rock? Igneous. Flash burned like obsidian. There are entire fields of the stuff, reaching out to the edge of the continent. Something hot came through here a long time ago and buried itself under the topsoil. As you are riding, you are going to be able to see as well. Smoke rising above the town. Can I get an initiative roll off of everyone?
Oh, snap.
Okay.
Oh no.
Jesus, Mike.
Okay, so hold on, I will...
Aw, Teah.
Okay, so Fera... Oh god, thanks
They're the
Fera.
same.
Okay, alright, so one moment while I pull up my gift stats. Whoosh.
Oh, gith. Oh, snap.
Oh,
It's fine. A lot of well, we'll see how this goes.
There we go. Okay. As you are rushing up to the side of the field, riding, you will see that Heron's bugle is on the edge of the world, reaching over the gap. It has been built further and further back over the years, and you can actually see there are buildings that are near tumbling off the edge of the world, down into the chasm that is, well, ground floor for everyone else. As you ride forward, you will see smoke rising in the distance, and I forgot to roll for the captain. Yeah, he and Fera are going on the same initiative, apparently. Okay, so counting through initiative, everybody's put theirs in the chat. So we have, all right, Zeno is going to be first, followed by... Okay. Sorry, folks, just checking one thing real quick. Okay, so that's going to be several Gith Yankee Gish. That's a +2. Okay, so... Okay. So, I've got Zeno, Nhazun. Gith 1, Gith 2, Gith 3. And who had the higher initiative between you two?
Yeah, it did.
I think it was me.
Yeah, Teah's +2, I have +1.
Okay, Teah, Jarund, Fera, and the captain. As you ride up from the distance, you will be able to... You crest a hill, and that is when you're going to see this town in front of you. It's a town of maybe 20, 25 buildings. Many of them are on fire. You can hear people screaming and shrieking. A guard stands atop a wall, this one much stronger and taller than the other one, at 10 feet. And as he fires a longbow into the ground, you are going to see one of his legs fly up into the air 15 feet above the wall as a sword hacks it away. In mid-flight, one of the Gith pulls back one of his silver swords. They are raiding. They are capturing. Looks like there are 3 of the Gith that you saw before, the ones dressed in those gleaming suits of jewel-studded silver armor, and another one, a female with a much more loose-fitting outfit studded by this around gauntlets and chains that dangle from her throat, who is wielding powerful magic with her hands, binding people, enslaving them to her will. As you hit the rise, you are about 100 feet away. Your horses will give you a movement speed of, if you're riding full tilt, of, I'm going to say 80, because these guys are moving fast.
Fair.
Okay. And the horses moving at full tilt is just your movement. It does not count as a double for you. However, if you try to enter combat like that, you will have to make an animal handling roll. What do you do? Zeno, you are up first.
Okay, well, I want to make some shooty shoots at the caster.
Okay. The caster is 120 feet from you as you are rising the hill, or you can continue to ride forward.
That's okay. I have sharpshooter. I can do that.
Sounds good.
And can I bring the horse to a stop and take a shot at it without? I guess I'd have to make an animal handling roll anyways, won't I?
To make it stop? Yeah, you will.
Okay, or just to shoot from it and not.
Just to shoot from it, yeah. Because although you're an elf.
Yeah, it's shooting from a horse that's moving that fast.
That's yeah.
Okay, animal handling roll to begin with, and that's a 19.
All right, the horse will. Do you want it to stop or keep going?
Keep going.
All right, so
let's just keep going.
You draw back your bow and give it to me. What do we got?
All right. So bonus action, I'm casting. Is there anybody within 5 feet of the caster?
Yes, she is surrounded by villagers now.
She's surrounded by villagers. Okay, I need to just change my attack really quick.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. All right, so she's gonna he's gonna make 3 shots at -5 + 10.
Mm-hmm.
And as a bonus action, he's going to cast Ensnaring Strike on the caster as well.
All right, sounds good.
So let's see if I hit first.
Okay.
So we have a 21, a 19, and a 16.
16 is a miss.
16 is a miss. Okay. So.
Are you going to re-roll the 16 as per your Gloomstalker ability?
Yes, I am actually.
All right. Don't forget that thing exists. And what is that? Does that cost you anything to do?
It does not. It is just a feat.
Okay.
So that was a 19 as a reroll.
Okay, that is a hit.
Okay, and can you give me a strength save throw as well, please?
Okay, I can do my best.
And that's going to be a DC 14.
All right, she passes.
She passes. Okay.
Okay.
So never mind that.
I'm down to hurt them more. All right.
Okay, fair enough.
I gave myself an advantage on it.
That's fair. That makes sense.
I mean, I'm not gonna make this easy for you. These guys are tough.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, so here we go. Here is this. As I pull out my calculator, 16 times 3 plus 8, 7, 6, 83.
83 points of damage.
As he kind of I don't really know how horses work, but he's gonna grab his bow, knock 3 arrows, and
Pinch his
pull
thighs
back.
around it.
Yeah, pinch his thighs around the horse, and just let 3 arrows fly. Or what I'm thinking is he'll let 3 arrows fly, and one's going to just like come off the bow wrong. He'll grab another arrow real quick and shoot that as well.
You know what? It's going to come off the bow wrong. It's going to basically just come off, and you're actually going to grab it as it is shooting forward, re-notch and refire, correcting
that's
yourself
way
with
cooler.
that lightning maneuver. You're
Yeah,
a level
that's
11
way
Gloomstalker.
cooler.
This is what you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so just, no you don't. And that one is going to strike her. 3 arrows are going to puncture into her chest through the thick armor surrounding her. She is going to look up, bleeding profusely, definitely bloodied, and is going to give you a look of pure hatred.
Yeah, I'm not
Nhazun,
surprised.
it is your turn. What do you do?
All right, and you said they were 80 feet away?
They are 80 feet away, and you... No, they're 100 feet away, and you are moving at a speed of 80. And I apologize for not having a map for this. I actually didn't think you were going to come here, to be honest. So,
Oh, okay.
way to surprise me.
Who's closest to me? Teah, Jarund, or the captain?
They are all fairly equidistant, but I would say that the captain's probably closer to you, followed by Teah.
Okay, I'm going to... You know what? I don't know Teah that well. Sorry, Teah. But the captain is part of this nation, so I'm going to look over at the captain and just like, can you save as many of them as, like, you promise to save as many of them as you can.
That's the goal.
I Dimension Doors right beside the spellcaster.
Okay, so that is going to just erupt. I need both you and he to make me an animal handling roll. Okay, he succeeded.
No, without the animals.
Oh,
I Dimension
really?
Door, just him and me
Okay.
right beside
Then
the caster.
perfect. 2 flashes of light, and suddenly you appear on the ground. The captain reaches down, pulls his hiltless sword, and it is not his initiative. Do you have anything else you're doing with a bonus action or a movement?
No.
Okay. Gith number 1's turn. Gith number 1. So here is the battlefield. This is the edge of the world. Okay. The battlefield is set up like this. There is a wall that is encircling. In the center, just south of center here, there is the Gift Mage surrounded by villagers. You are riding from the south, from this map, but technically from the east. You guys feel me. There's a gith attacking the wall guards here, as well as a gith here and here around the perimeter. The town itself is about 50 feet wide, so to reach those, it's about another 50 feet. But you are inside of there now. The first one is going to look around as he's just hacked the leg off of that guard, see what is happening, and is going to cast... Okay. Is going to shout to his comrades,
Libor, Todor!
and at once, I'm going to spend a hurt them more, all of them are going to look up, smile, and begin to vibrate. Their flesh becomes mutable. They blur. All right, so the Gith are all going to cast Blur. Gith number 1 is going to just cut the guard in twain and rush back and charge Nhazun. Nhazun. He is going to charge you and take a swing at you. What's your armor class?
12.
That is going to be a hit.
And you dimension door right into them. You fool!
Well, this guy runs about 30 feet to strike him. Rushes
He's
forward at you.
trying to save the people.
That's great. He's only slashing with one hand, though, so that's probably for the best.
He's also got a lot of hit points
He's
for a
also,
wizard.
thank God. So that is going to be... I guess he has 2 attacks, technically. One sec. Okay, that one was a miss, actually.
What?
Oh, boy. Well, wait, we are AC 16?
12?
Oh, shit. Sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, so that's going to be this. You know what? I'm going to use a dice roller for these guys because they're gith, and I need... Okay. One sec.
Gith are so scary.
They are,
Okay.
and you ran right.
Okay. Okay. So he is going to slash his sword down, and you are going to take 23 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
Plus
Uh-oh.
28 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
His
maybe.
blade slashes into your chest twice, and you are going to feel your brain begin to swell inside of your skull as pain rips through your body. Another one of the gith is going to see what is happening. He's going to blur, and I'm going to use another Hurt Them More, and I'm going to cast Dimension Door myself.
Who is?
Gith number 2 is going to cast Dimension Door.
Is this the wizard?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So he is going to... Actually, Zeno, are you still riding forward?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
One sec. I just have to check one minor thing real quick. Okay. So that is going to be...
I don't like the sounds of this.
He is going to cast Dimension Door. Oh, you know what? He's going to cast Misty Step. That's what he's going to cast. So that's going to cost me a Hurt Them More. And another one, because suddenly one of the gith appears directly in front of your horse. One of these is for you. One of these is for you. And one of these is for your horse. Oh, God.
Does he take the horse out from under me and I go
he is
flying?
going to cleave the horse in half.
Oh, shit.
You're not getting your deposit back as that horse explodes in a swing of gore. And he is going to strike you with a 29 and a 24.
Those both hit?
Okay. The first... Okay, so I'm going to give you it all at once, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so that's 18... You're going to take 22 points of slashing damage.
Okay, just
And
1 second as I pull up all my hit points here, because I have temporary hit points.
You do.
Okay, so that first one was 27?
27, and then... Well, this
Okay.
is just the slashing. And then you are going to take 34 points of psychic damage as 2 slashes strike into you.
Okay, cool. I've got that. Can I try and do something really fun while he hits me?
Well, it's not your turn, but what's up?
Oh yeah, I guess so. I was gonna say, I was thinking, if he comes up, slashes the horse in half, Zeno is probably like, "Oh, cool," and tries to do a really cool acrobatic jump off of the horse, and then just gets yeeted out of the sky by the gith.
I think that, yeah, make me an acrobatics roll to not hit the ground hard, no matter what.
18.
18? Okay. You are going to be able to leap clear, land on your feet in a really cool crouch.
Cool.
And he's going to turn and just look at you, himself blurring slightly as he works. The other gith is going to see this and see you all coming forward. Misty Step is 60 feet, so... Yeah, you know what? He's going to do it. He's going to... oh, you know what? He cast Blur. So the other gith that has not teleported is going to just move forward to surround you two in the center of town. I am not spending my last Hurt Them More. It's not time yet. All right, Teah, it's your turn. Teah, you are about 100 feet away from the center where the 3 gith are converging around all the villagers at this point. What do you do?
Okay. Can I get within 30 feet of them on the horse?
Yes, if you ride it for its full 80, you may. You have to make me an animal handling roll, though.
I will attempt to do so.
Oh, God. Sorry if you heard that.
I kind of did, I think.
That was my neck being very...
Animal handling. That is an unnatural 20.
Perfect. All right, so you skip back to your training back when you were going with the Iron Shield Company, ducking low as this gith appears out of nowhere, cuts Zeno's horse in half directly to your right, and you are going to keep going. There are villagers at stake, and Zeno can handle himself. He's a big boy.
So if I'm able to get within 30 feet of one of them, I would like to cast Blight.
Okay, you may. Doing it on the caster or one of the Githyanki Knights?
Whichever one is within 30 feet away from me, or within 30 feet.
One of each of them are within 30 feet of you.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go for the quick assessment. Which one seems like it's most likely gonna do the most damage? Like a caster, is it controlling people, or are these things just nightmarishly fighting?
The nightmarish fighters. I will say the caster is more injured.
I'm gonna go for the caster then.
Okay. What's my save?
Your save is, and I'm casting this at a 5th level.
All right.
And
roll me
the
damage.
save. Oh, did you did not succeed a DC of 18?
On a con save?
It was a. Yes, it was a con save.
I got a 5.
Ah. Okay, I need one more D8. I'll just reroll one of these. As this is going to be 98.
Holy God.
It's necrotic. I don't know if they have resistance to that.
Maybe. I'm not gonna tell you.
Extra D8. There's another D8. Well, that one didn't help me much. Okay, so I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 20, 24, 30, 32 necrotic damage.
32 necrotic damage?
Yeah.
All right, as you strike her with this effect, you will watch all of the moisture suck out of her skin, and she begins to mummify on the spot. You can see bits of the wounds that Zeno left in begin to spew dust instead of blood. She's still barely alive, and it is... Well, actually, it's her turn, because I accidentally skipped her.
Oh, darn. I was like, I'm way up next. Uh-oh.
Okay, so... One sec.
My horse gonna die.
Mm-hmm. Y'all left me in the dust.
Yeah, sorry.
I had buffs. I should have stated I did this before battle.
Zeno didn't leave you.
Too late.
Your horse is ahead of me in initiative,
Yeah.
so you would be 80 feet away on your
Okay.
horse.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So everyone left me. I should have done this as we were going into town. I should have stated one of my things I can
Sounds
Probably.
good. She is going to look at you, snarl, grab one of the villagers nearby, and grab a child with her other hand, lifting it up, and cast Dimension Door and vanish.
Counter spell.
Okay, I counterspell your
4th
counterspell.
level.
Oh no!
So how does that work if you counterspell a counterspell?
Depends. First
Actually,
off,
you know what? You know what? Go ahead. Let's do counterspell 4th
I'm
level.
doing counter spell as a 4th level.
So how?
so
what does that counter?
She
Anything
does it as a fourth level or below, gone, like automatically. If it's higher, if it's otherwise it's a roll.
Yeah. So yeah, let's do a roll. Let's do this like champs.
Okay. So the roll is, sorry, I've just got this on right here. Imposed. Oh, sorry. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level, and
So-
it is a ability check using your spellcasting ability. So just a straight
Dimension
up,
Door fails. She tries to
Right on.
counterspell your counterspell, but you rip her spell apart in a simple motion.
No!
Damn.
Nice.
That she had an 11. That wasn't enough.
That's why I didn't use shield.
I was wondering why you didn't use shield. I really was. So as she tries to teleport, you're just going to turn and rip it away, and she looks at you with this snarling look of disbelief as Dimension Door just shatters. By the way, that's the first use of Counterspell in this campaign.
Yeah, it is.
No one has ever taken it, which is sad.
That's such a dope spell.
Right? Jarund, it's your turn. What do you do?
Okay, so because everyone's moved away from me, what is I'm 120 feet back from
So-
everything, right?
Yes, you're 100 feet back. You were all
100 feet back. Okay. Let's just cast.
Your horse will take you 80 feet if you ride at full tilt and make a check.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that, and I will. But can I cast my spell before that?
What depends what the spell is.
It is guiding bolt, so 120 feet.
You will need to make an animal handling roll with your basically your movement action. I'll allow.
Okay.
Or else you'll have disadvantage on the attack.
Okay, I will make the animal handling roll, and then he will cast. If he succeeds, he will cast a guiding bolt at. The caster looks the most hurt, but she has the child, right?
True, but guiding bolt, if it strikes, will hit her only. It's literally the light of your god.
No. I meant she looks the most hurt, but she has a child, so that's gonna be his. She's taking a hostage,
okay.
so that'll be his priority. Like, I was gonna go for someone less hurt, but she took a hostage, so he's gonna go after that.
I would suggest always hitting the hurt people first because you
It's
remove
true.
them from the fight.
It's true. So yeah, I will make the animal handling. Okay, I have +5, so that's nice. That's a natural 20 for the
Okay,
animal
so you are going to be
handling.
able to ride. You begin to pray to your god. And
Alright.
make me an attack roll. Do you have your inspiration? Oh,
I don't need it.
what'd you get?
I rolled a nat 20
Again?
Nice.
on a different dice. I can send you the photo.
Take a photo for yourself, but go ahead. Roll me double damage on this.
Holy shit! So 14d6.
Okay.
That's gonna be fun. I want to roll it. I know I'll probably kill her, but I would like to roll the 14d6.
14d6.
I cast it at a 4th level.
Please, go ahead.
Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's go into the box of dice. 10, 12, 14.
Whoa, I thought you said you're... Go ahead.
Holy cannoli, that's a lot of math.
That's also the name of one of the coffees I just bought.
Holy cannoli. Oh yeah,
Hey.
nice, nice.
The
All right,
cannoli.
I'm going to use my calculator because I want to be fast.
Right, Amy? Because, like, you almost got her. Like, you almost got her with that. So close. And it was like... And then this is just overkill.
She took a hostage, man.
Yeah, that was bad news bears for the caster.
That was bad news bears for the caster. Oh! Robin, I forgot.
Yes.
I need you to... Shit, she has blur on.
Do I
Which
need to
gives-
roll with disadvantage?
Yeah, or you can spend your inspiration.
I would like to spend my
Okay, spend your inspiration to
then.
cancel out my
Cool.
mistake. I think that's a fair trade.
Don't take this away from me, Kelly.
I'm not going to, but, like...
Okay.
So,
52 points of radiant damage.
cool. Describe what sending someone to minus 48 looks like.
Ooh.
I think it looks like him kind of grasping the brooch of his holy symbol. Because I rolled an at 20 on the horse check as well. He's like full on like thigh gripping the horse, and he's gonna like hold his
Those are
hand
the
out.
lightest thighs I ever have seen. I mean,
And like he's gonna start praying, and basically I imagine this like light golden orb kind of starts very small in the center of his palm and then goes like grows big, and then this like huge blast of radiant energy just comes flying out, arcing over the child and just like blasts the caster.
Nice. She explodes into light, and chunks of her explode all around, burning up even before they hit the ground. She just no longer exists. That is a beautiful hit. Congratulations. I'm just going to cross her out. All right, it is Fera's turn. Fera is going to see this happening and see another one of them. One of them charges Zeno and goes to is going to take his head off. Sounds good. I'm gonna spend that. So she's going to successfully. Hold on. She's going to successfully ride, but yeah, she's really good at riding horses. What the hell? And 1 sec while she rides by. She is going to use. That is a. Must succeed on a charisma saving throw, you say. As she rides by, Zeno, your horse has exploded. She rides by you, goes, "Hey, you! Go away!" And he vanishes out of reality. As banishment. "Zeno, you're gonna be late to the fight," she says, and continues riding past you.
Jesus.
Beautiful.
Can I try to grab her horse as she rides past?
No, you can't. You were too busy flipping onto your doing the cool pose.
Oh, that's fair.
You can only do so many things in a turn.
Yeah.
Okay. And if this webpage would load. Perfect. Holy crap. Captain Russo is going to turn, look at one of the gith that is approaching behind our good friend Nhazun. With a... It was a hurt them more, Teah. And it was cool, and it was hurt them more. I cheat. It's fine. Okay? I cheat because people pay for it. And is raising a blade to strike you. "Get down!" he says, raising his blade. And there will be an arc of energy. And... is that enough? With disadvantage. Actually, I think it is. Okay. First one will be... Please go. Okay. 1 of 2 will hit. There is a sudden explosion of light out of his hand. And a force blast is going to strike over your shoulder. Dealing 3, 9, 12, 24... -1 because of his dex, because he's old. 23 points of force damage is going to slam in from this this wand in his hand.
Nice.
Okay, striking.
It's a pretty
there.
good hit.
It's not a bad hit, really. Like, he missed the first one because of the blur. So, 2 beams of light are going to strike out. Zeno, it's your turn again. You're on the other side of the wall. What do you do?
Okay, how far do I need to go to be able to see any of these giths that are kicking around still?
You need to go forward 10 feet and climb up a wall with the rest of your movement, and then you'll be able to see all 3 of them that are still alive.
Okay, I'm gonna do that thing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get to the top of the wall, and so that gith that the captain just hit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna aim for that one.
Cool. Make me 2 attacks with disadvantage.
2 attacks with disadvantage. So I'm actually just gonna roll these one at a time.
Okay.
And is the captain within 5 feet of it?
The captain is not within 5 feet.
Is there any civilians within 5 feet?
Yes, plenty of civilians. Jarund is within 5. Or, pardon me, not Jarund. Nhazun is within 5 feet.
Okay, then never mind that part. I'm gonna bonus action cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay.
There we go. And oh wait, I don't add Hunter's Mark to my attack dice. What am I doing? -5 + 10. Because that.
Oops. I said that
Oh,
like...
wow. Okay, so the first one is going to be 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 22, 20, 23 to hit.
That's a
I
hit.
rolled double 18s.
Okay.
That was the first attack. The second one is going to be 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18.
18 will be a hit.
Cool. All right. So here we go. Here's 2 attacks coming up. As he gets to the top of the wall, pulls his bow out again, knocks 2 arrows, and sends them flying towards this gith for a grand total of 2 plus 6 plus 4 plus 5 plus 2.
So much math.
For a grand total of 49 points of damage as 2 arrows fly out.
Okay, 49 points of damage. All right. They are going to strike into his side. He's going to turn and notice you like a good senpai.
Yeah.
And
Oh no.
do you still have comprehend languages up, Nhazun? Or is it only last?
That only lasted an hour.
Damn, that's too bad. All right, Nhazun, it's your turn. There are 3 giths surrounding this area right now. What do you do?
You said one was like right beside me, attacking me.
Right beside you.
I'm casting Eye Bite and trying to put it to sleep.
Okay. What's his save?
19, and it is a.
Well, that's a
So
bugger.
this lasts for a minute, and yeah, DC 19. I need to figure out what kind of save. Sorry.
That's fine.
Wisdom. Yep.
No, I have a 12.
Okay, awesome. He falls asleep.
Okay.
If he takes any damage or another creature uses an action to shake the sleeper awake, he wakes up.
Okay.
And this is concentration spell. It lasts a minute. And
Is this the
then
one? Is this the one that Mike and the captain just shot?
It's the one who hit me. So he's like right beside me.
Yes. So it is. So it is
Okay.
him. Okay. So I.
So I just look at him and with my book eyes, and I'm like, "Fuck you!" And then I get behind the captain because I'm weak.
This is true. All right. Gith number 2 is going to see his companion harmed, or not particularly present, and is instead going to. Who is in the field right now? Jarund's there. Teah just cast that. Yeah, you know what? He is going to see that there's this... Yeah, it's an old man. But you know what? Fuck this old man. He is going to charge the captain with his blade drawn. And that is a 30, a 30, and a 29.
To hit?
To hit.
Damn. Bye, Captain.
Potentially, yeah. Let's take a look how much damage this is. I need my dice roller because this is a lot. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is going to be 57 points of psychic damage.
Whew.
And
Holy
uh,
crap.
10, 20, 25 points of slashing damage. Okay. He is down, not instantly dead, but he is down. There is a slash, slam into him, and the captain is going to drop to a knee. And Chris, you know this better than me. Can you use second wind is an action, right?
I think it's a bonus action.
Okay, then he is actually going to do something. He's going to use a feat that he has. That he gets a nat 20 on?
Yes.
Did he just get better from dying?
No, but he recovered with 1 hit point.
What a baller.
Cool. Awesome.
He drops to a knee, his blood caking the ground.
It takes more than that!
That's awesome.
Holy
Die. Nope.
shit. And then Gith number 3 is going to raise his hand and is going to, let's see, Zeno is over there, Teah is right there. It's going to be Teah. Teah, I need you to do me a favor. Make me a, you're within 30 feet of the wall, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Cool.
Assume. however far I had to go to.
Okay, so I need you to make me a strength check because he doesn't think you're that strong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend my inspiration.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Strength save.
Versus a strength check.
Okay.
All right, that's pretty good.
I'm just gonna add. Is this a save or just a strength check?
This is a contested strength check.
Okay, cool. How is that totals to a 20?
God damn it. He reaches
I
out,
fixed the strength.
and his 19 is not enough to grab you with the power of his telekinesis.
Yes.
As you shrug that off. Congratulations. Teah, it is your turn.
So he's 30 feet from me.
Yes.
I would like him to do a Constitution save, spell save DC 18.
I got a 2-9. I got a 9 total.
So I'm going to cast Blight again at using a 6th level spell slot. So that gives me, let's look at this, 10d8.
Okay.
Oof. Nice.
Well, there's a couple ones in here, so that's not great, but 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22, plus 6 is 28, plus 6 is 34, plus 5 is 39 points of necrotic damage, I think?
39 points of necrotic damage.
I believe so.
All right. He is going to begin to wither as well. You're going to see his eyes become sunken as he looks at you with abject hatred.
Yeah, she's glaring at him as she reaches a hand out and just mumbles
Like
to herself.
mocks him. Basically, he goes,
Yeah, just
and
like
you go,
kind of. Yeah, there's a hissing rage element there. And then she's going to kick her horse into moving behind a building
okay.
because
So-
she wants cover from this. Because
Well, are you riding in through one of the gates? Basically? Yeah, you can. So
yeah,
you
like
rush.
she's gonna get cover from one of the like.
Sounds good, and
yeah.
we'll be able to jump off your horse as your movement. Sounds
Sure,
good.
I'll do that.
Jarund, it is your turn. What do you do?
Cool. So there's 2 left.
There are two. Well, there's 2 and 1 that is sleeping. 1 is not injured
is-
at all. 1 is a
Okay.
bit injured, and 1's very decently injured.
Okay. The one that is not injured, I'm going to cast Hold Person at it.
Okay.
So
This-
he has to make a DC 17. What? Where is it? I just had it fucking open.
Did you nat 1, Kelly?
Yeah,
Wisdom.
I got a
Yeah?
nat 1.
Awesome. So you're
I'm not
now
even.
paralyzed.
I'm not even kidding.
That's amazing.
He is paralyzed, and
For a minute.
Okay, that's.
And then bonus action, spiritual weapon.
Okay, what does your spiritual weapon look like?
It looks like a blacksmith's kind of hammer
Okay.
thingy, the little forge.
And I
thingy.
believe your spiritual weapon can attack the round it's summoned.
Yes.
Yes, I believe so.
So
So I am casting that at a
And are you attacking the sleeping one, the one that you're holding, or the one that Teah has started to melt?
I will go on the one that Teah has started to.
So make me
melt.
an attack roll with disadvantage.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna cast that one at a 2nd level.
I believe in you. You can do this.
Thanks.
I can't.
Okay. So does a 16 hit?
Oh, is spiritual weapon? Spiritual weapon's not a cantrip, right?
It's a bonus action.
Yes, but you can't cast anything besides a spell and a cantrip in the same round, actually.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Ah, shit. Fine.
Thank you, chat, for
am I
reminding me of that. I thought there was something about that.
Am I 30 feet from any of them?
You can ride the horse 30 feet from them, yeah.
Cool, because then as a cantrip, as a feat that I took, I can catch Mage Hand to telekinetically shove someone.
Okay. Sure. What does
Just
that
to try
do?
and like break concentration or something, like
Okay.
trying to just like fuck him up. I can't really. Actually, no, cantrip. I could do. Wait, no, that's an action. Just kidding. That's also an action.
Can't you do?
I don't have any bonus action cantrips.
Oh, you
Darn.
don't? Okay.
Nope.
All right. So
yeah,
you can just.
I think you can only do bonus action cantrip if the other spell was a cantrip or something like that. Like it's
Yeah.
Most cantrips aren't bonus actions.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, you can ride up and enter the fight.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Ah, dang. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing where D&D Beyond kind of sucks because it says, "Oh, as a bonus action, I could cast spiritual weapon," but
No, it's
I've
okay.
also
You're also not
cast
used
the
to playing a
thing.
caster, and it's fine.
No. Okay. So fine. I will just
Just ride into the fray.
ride up and jump off my horse heroically.
Okay, Fera is going to head into the scene, riding on her horse directly behind you, basically, like weaving in through the gate. And what the hell can she do?
What can't she do?
You know what she can do? She's going to use... Yeah, Yep. Cool. Yeah, she is going to spend 3 spell points for heightened spell, and is going to point directly at the one that is taking all of that damage. And oh god, what's her spell save DC? Her spell save DC is... Oh god, did it really work? I rolled 2 10s and it still failed. That's beautiful. She's going to raise her hand again at that one, and he's going to vanish out of reality as well.
Fera just taking care of problems.
Well, banishment's great when they're not from this plane of existence. Because then they don't come back.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, that's Farah's turn. Captain Russo is going to pull himself up, and
Isn't banishment concentration?
yes, but she can end it, and they won't come back because they're not from this plane.
Because they're not from the plane.
So
Beauty.
she's rapid casting this shit because she did it last time.
Beauty.
Okay, Captain Russo rolled a 3 on his conscience check at this point. He's going to stand up, look at the one that is hold-personed. You came to the wrong island. Is going to, he's gonna point his little device directly at this guy's face and is going to coup de grace.
Oh, Captain.
And there's going to be... and there's going to be a blast of energy that punches through the side of the gith's head. And the captain is then going to collapse, basically, because he's a 92-year-old man who just took 75 points of damage and has 1 hit point, and probably just had a heart attack.
Oh no, not Captain.
Oh no.
He's going to collapse.
He took out the gith though.
There's 1 gith and that he takes out. He just basically pushes this to the front of its head, the one that you held personed, and goes... and it's going to collapse. There's only 1 gith left. We are the top of the initiative, and it is the one that is asleep, standing among the crowd. Just Zeno, what do you do?
It's standing among the crowd, and that's actually the one that I have Hunter's Mark on, isn't it?
It's true. He's
It
asleep
is.
right now.
And he's asleep. So with his blur, does that still impose disadvantage even though he's asleep?
No, you would just have it flat.
And just have it flat. Okay. So I'm gonna take 2 arrows with the Hunter's Mark is still active with -5 + 10.
Okay.
And here we go. So one of those is gonna be a 23.
Okay, that's a hit.
And the other one is going to be an 11 that I would like to re-roll.
Okay.
Because I don't think 11 is gonna hit.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
But how about a 17?
17's going to be a miss.
17's gonna be missed. Damn you! Okay.
Well, welcome to high-level characters.
Well, I don't like the fact that he's asleep. He needs to be awake to get killed. All right. So here's one arrow. At least it's a pretty decent hit.
Okay.
And it wakes up as soon as it takes damage.
Yep, he will wake up immediately then.
So he's gonna take 30 damage.
30 damage?
Yeah. As one arrow flies right past him off the edge of the world, or wherever it goes, and then yeah, one arrow actually hits
He will
home.
come back too. Nhazun, it's your turn as he rears back with his blade.
Okay.
And did you roll for Hunter's Mark as well? Was that part of it?
I
Okay,
did,
cool.
yes.
Good. Nhazun, it is your turn, and
So-
then it is his turn. What do you do?
So since he hasn't succeeded on a saving throw against Eyebite, I target him and try and put him to sleep again, and then back
Okay.
the fuck away.
Okay, I'm spending my Hurt the Morph to reroll
I'm
that.
gonna. Oh damn!
Okay, he succeeds with a 22.
Shoot.
Does Eyebite do
Alright.
anything if he succeeds?
I just can't target him with Eyebite again.
Okay.
For the minute that's active. So that was my action, and the spell has already been cast, so it's just something I can do for the next minute.
Okay.
Captain's going down close by him. My allies foolishly woke this man awake instead of questioning him. I'm going to try to walk in the way between the captain and this monster.
Okay, sounds good. He is going to turn to you on his turn. And, is going to turn, look directly at you and the scene around you. He's going to use his bonus action to interact with an object. He's going to pick up the silver sword. That
Oh, no.
the one that the captain just killed.
Yep.
Is going to grab his blades high and plane shift.
Counterspell.
Okay, so when you're
Hold on. I'm gonna use that as a 5th level.
okay, one sec.
Oh my god.
So plane shift.
Counterspell is so good.
So you're gonna have to roll. It's a seventh level spell.
Yep. All right. So 7th level spell.
So what is the DC for this? Remind me.
I believe it's 17.
I'm gonna give Blog my inspiration for this one.
DC is 10 plus the spell level. Inspiration, so rolling 2.
Okay.
And I am just doing a straight up intelligence check. 19.
Okay. He is going to try to shift, but is going to be unable to, and then it is Teah's turn.
So there's one left?
There's one left. The rest are either dead or out of existence.
And just how badly beat up do they look?
I'd say
Take
he's
him alive!
he's definitely bloodied.
Okay.
You could take him alive, or you could try to finish him.
Can I don't really want him alive. I kind of want him really dead, but I also do want to ask questions. I don't have anything to just tie people up. That sucks.
That's fair.
Is he holding a weapon?
He's holding 2 weapons.
How much metal is on this person?
A significant amount of silver.
Cool. I'm going to target. Are they wearing armor?
He is wearing armor, yes.
I'm going to target his armor.
Okay.
And cast heat metal
Okay.
at a 3rd level.
Okay, that's a con save for me if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if it doesn't, so if it can't escape it, I think it has disadvantage
Roll
on
me
attack rolls and
damage.
ability checks. Okay, so it's 2d8 when you cast the 3rd level higher.
You got a 2.
Okay,
That's
so
actually a
I think
9.
I'm using 3d8 against them. So I mean, I barely. I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 2, so that's 5 points of damage.
How much?
5.
5?
Out of
Okay.
3d8.
5. Yeah, I rolled
Okay.
a 2, a 2, and a 1.
Okay. So that is going to his armor is going to begin to sizzle, and like little rivulets of it are going to start to melt because it is made of partial silver, and
Yeah.
steam down his yellowy orange
Yeah.
skin. All right, now we are down to Jarund. What do you do? You are right next to this person.
Yeah, I know. Trying to figure out what the fuck I want to do. Shit. Do we want to have him alive, or do we? Well, he was attacked, so he's no longer. No, that this is the one I hold. Is he asleep, or is this the?
He's still right. He's doing what he's doing.
Yeah. I will. Oh, Sacred Flame him.
Sacred Flame?
He must, yeah, he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
I have a 13.
That's not gonna make it, that's a 7. You had to get a 17.
Nice.
Alright. D8.
Take him down, Jarund!
D8. D8. Oh my god, I'm just looking at you. There you are. Nope, that's a D10. Alright, I'll just go to it. There we go, there's another one. I'm not used to looking at D8s. Okay, so that's gonna be 13 plus 5. So that's gonna be 18 points of radiant damage.
How much?
Nice.
18.
18. Okay, so basic math dictates that that is okay. He is struck by your sacred flame that begins to burn and sear him.
And then bonus action spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Because that was a cantrip action. There we go.
Okay.
All right, so I'll cast that as at a let's cast it at a 3rd level. Let's do that. All right. So is he blur? So do I have to?
You will have disadvantage on your attack.
Yeah. Cool. Ah, frig. That's a nat 1.
Okay. Jarund, roll me damage on Jarund, please.
Okay. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Yeah, ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh is right. Okay. Okay, so it's still 1d8 because it's 2 levels above. Okay, so only roll 1d8. Fine, okay. Shit. I rolled an 8. So that's gonna be 13 points.
13 points of damage. As he ducks out of the way, you are going to be struck with this spiritual warhammer. Pardon me, spiritual forge hammer. And it hurts. I'm not gonna lie. It hurts quite a bit.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Take my own damage. That's hilarious.
All right.
Myself.
So. Oh wait, did I say Jarund?
Yeah.
Oh god damn! I'm still getting used to your characters. I meant Nhazun.
Oh, Nhazun.
Oh,
So you're swinging your hammer past him, so it's actually going to strike your friend. My bad. So it's going to be 13 points of damage to your friend Nhazun.
oh,
Okay, my bad. Sorry about that. And
I was wondering, I'm like, oh, I managed to hit myself. Well, at least that's fine.
okay, Fera's right there. So
I
Fera
thought
is.
we were friends.
My bad. He ducked.
Fera is going to attempt to cast Hold Monster and is going to fail. Even with empowered spell. That's balls. Captain Russo is going to make a death save. Captain Russo fails. Cool. And Zeno.
Wait, he was down? I thought he was at 1 hit point.
He's basically like he's kneeling and clutching his chest.
Okay, well, if you would have done, I would have done something
Too late.
different. Yeah,
Oh, well,
it's too late.
You
It's
couldn't see
too
him
late.
in the crowd of people.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, Zeno, it's your turn. What do? You gonna mute yourself first, or
Okay. We still have 1 gith up, right?
there is one gith up? Yeah,
Still blurry.
still blurry.
Still Hunter's marked. Fantastic. 2 attacks coming at him with -5 plus 10. Here we
I
go.
love that you guys don't take hostages.
We're
Trying.
Ah, well.
No, you're not.
Hey,
I am.
Teah and Zeno are like, hey, we faced these things before. It's killing time.
Cool.
No judgment.
What are your alignments?
Right.
You might want to change those.
Chaotic good, I guess. But hey, these things have already like.
I think Teah's on the way, but I think Zeno should probably be moving toward chaotic neutral with his behavior.
Yeah. Probably. All right, so yeah, he's going to be doing two things on him.
Okay, go ahead. Disadvantage on both.
And the first one is going to be a miss. The first one only
Disadvantage on
got
your
an
cow?
11.
Okay.
And the second one is going to be a miss. He got a 9, so he's going to use...
Now, can you do that if your attack has disadvantage? Is it on any attack, or...?
It's on an attack roll.
Okay.
So I'm going to use that to re-roll 1, I guess.
Okay.
And I got a 24.
Okay, that'll probably hit. I'm gonna give
right.
that the benefit of the doubt. I'm not even gonna check his stats. I'm gonna say that hits.
And that's going to be... that. 24 damage.
24 damage. Beautiful. All right, another arrow is going to puncture into him. He is still on his feet and tough. Nhazun, it is your turn as this arrow cranks into the side of his chest as he holds both of these blades wide.
Oh god, I wanted to keep this guy... I don't have that spell, don't have that one. I'll just look up at him and turn over to the captain and dump the greater potion of healing down his throat.
Okay. A greater potion of healing down his throat. That's a bonus action in my games, by the way.
Oh, nice! So captain heals 14 hit points.
Okay.
Bonus action, awesome. Oh god, that means I have something else to do.
Yeah, you gotta actually think about something.
Damn it. Eye bite's useless now, unless I want to make Zeno fall asleep.
Do it.
No. Tempting, but no. I'm gonna cast slow.
Okay.
The captain. DC 19.
On the captain?
Wait,
Or
what?
not the captain, the
Your
on,
true
the
colors
gith.
revealed. Okay, do I have a save for this?
No! Yes, it's 19, and sorry, I just need to look up the save.
He succeeds.
Well, shit then.
Sorry, I got at least, if it's a wisdom or int, I got at least a 23.
No worries. Alright,
Okay.
Jarund, seduce him!
Okay, I can only do that once each day. I can do that once each day.
And just note that he failed his save against my heat metal, right?
Yes.
So he's got disadvantage on any attack roll and ability check until the start of my next turn.
Nice.
And he probably wants to try and get the armor off him. Or something.
Okay, one sec. I'm just gonna check something. Okay. With that, he is going to...
There will be reckoning.
And is gonna cast Misty Step.
Counterspell.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
I loved your hesitation when you said that. That was just great.
Well, because Misty Step is a bonus action. Which means he's still got his action this time, and he's right in front of the
Okay.
poor, weak wizard.
It's true. So, actually, let me do this like this. So, and you'll just
this
automatically...
is gonna hurt.
You'll automatically kill that. So I've got disadvantage on my attacks against you.
That's good.
Okay, but that's gonna...
And you know what? Let's use lucky. I
Okay.
think that works. I can add him another, I think I can give
He's
him
already at
another...
disadvantage, so he can't go super disadvantage.
With lucky, you can.
There's nothing beside... Like, disadvantage is the max disadvantage.
Lucky isn't, it works as like a third one. So like whichever one would be his best one, he rolls another one and takes the worst. It's not actually disadvantage or advantage. That's one of the things that makes it so broken, unless you've house ruled it.
You have 3 luck points whenever you make an attack roll. You can spend one when the attack is made against you, and choose whether or not the attacker uses their d20 or yours. No, I don't see that in the rules, dude.
Well, it's not advantage or disadvantage. It's not doubling them. It's different things. So like if he's attacking with advantage or disadvantage, right? So you pick whichever one based on.
And then it's against your dice, is what you're saying.
And then I roll. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I rolled a 7.
Okay.
What did he roll?
So he rolled a 14 and I think it was a 3. One sec. Yeah. So it was a 14 and a 3.
Well, then he uses his 3.
Okay, what's your armor class?
12.
12?
Probably still hits.
Okay, so that's 1 miss.
Whew.
Second one is going to be not great either because of disadvantage.
Damn it, I think I can only use the one around.
Oh my god.
Hold on, if I can.
Okay, so he's going to take his full attack against you. One sword is going to come... He's got 2 great swords in his hand, one of which he's just going to lift up and swing at you, and you're going to step out of the way deftly. Nhazun dodges a great sword being wielded with one hand, which these guys can actually wield these one hand, which is ridiculous, right past your neck. The next one, he comes down with the other great sword, and it's actually going to, from the blood dripping down his arm, slide out of his hand and fall to the ground. In a scream, he's going to grab his great sword and bring it down directly on top of your head, but you're going to step out of the way, and it's going to embed itself in the stones at your feet. Teah, it's your turn. What do you do?
So
You dodged all 3 of those.
That's wild.
That's insane.
Okay, so on my turn, as a bonus action, I can... Where the frick did it go? I can use a bonus action to cause the same damage again. How
Okay.
beat up does he look?
Very.
Very. Do I think that if I use this bonus action on him, that it will kill him outright?
No.
Okay. Then I'm going to use that damage again. That's my bonus action.
Okay.
And that is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that's 13 points of fire damage. And then she's going to say, look over at him and go, surrender and you might live.
Okay, so 13 points of damage. Can you make me an intimidation roll?
Ooh, yeah.
Succeed.
I'm gonna try. I don't have my inspiration. I already used it. Get back over to my... That's gonna be a 16. Tell us what we want to know.
He looks up at you with abject hatred, his hand wrapped around the handle of his sword. The villagers all chained around him, the blood and the carnage of this scene. And his sword tumbles out of his hand onto the ground. And he raises his hands slowly, palms outward, with a snarl of hatred plastered across his face.
As soon as he does that, Teah is going to move forward quickly and pull like a length of rope out of her bag and start tying him up.
Okay.
Very as securely as she possibly can.
You manage to capture him, and with that, I think we're going to call game there for the night. All right. Congratulations. One of them is captured. You are going to be able to hopefully interrogate them next game.
She will drop the spell effect, of course, to keep not burn him further.
Could I give the captain some health before we forget?
The captain will survive. Good job.
Okay.
Yeah, I could use them too.
All right.
Yeah,
Actually,
you went to Dimension Door before I could give any sort of buffs to y'all. I've grew buffs and y'all fucking left me.
The chat is saying that
such is the life.
you only let one person live after I prompted.
That is not true. This was my plan.
I was planning to whittle him down. I'm a peace guy. I'm like trying not to
you
kill.
are. You are. Everybody.
Nhazun tried. That's why
Zeno's
he
a
put one to
serial
sleep.
killer, but
Zeno's a serial killer. Surreal.
a surreal killer.
killer.
Okay.
Possibly.
All right. So with that, you are going to be able to capture one of them, and we will pick up next week right here on the Shards of Nyrn. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in this episode. You guys have some fun with the new party?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, no, this was great.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's kind of like mixing up a marriage, right? You got to
I,
inject some new life into the group.
I'm glad those counter spells worked.
Holy shit, I hate
I
counterspell.
love counterspell is just a fuck you spell.
I was like,
Teah
I
has a
can take all
horrible
these
plan.
damaging spells, or I'm gonna be like, no, I want to take counter spell.
He has a horrible plan.
Oh, yeah. No, I already sent it in our Zoom
Oh
chat.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this might enact it, because, here's
That's
the
true.
prop that she
yeah,
can
that's
use.
true.
All right. So, folks,
But
that's,
yeah,
that's going to
I
be
have
it
a
from
great
us
thing-
tonight. So, what are we saying?
I was gonna say one of the things I really wanted was emboldening bond, which gives buffs, and also we can teleport to each other to suck
Oh, that
damage.
would have been nice.
We might
that
do
would
that
have been
next
so
time.
nice.
Yeah.
Save that. Save
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I can use them 4 per short or 4
See,
per long rest.
And what's crazy is I didn't even use any wild shape. I
Yeah.
just got light a bunch. I've wanted to use that for ages.
Peace cleric is amazing. I have so many buffs, but none of y'all were close to me. I was like low in the initiative order, so y'all were like fucking over there with yours.
I understand this pain. I
Okay.
do, because I always roll low initiative in as my cleric.
Yeah,
It seems
Vistra
like
rolls
anyway.
high. I'm used to being at the top, not the bottom.
Soul Omen has a point. The gith that is weak enough to get captured is expendable. Hey, in general,
Ooh.
Atri, everybody who's here, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you like what we do, give us a follow, give us a
Oh
sub
no,
if you're
we
on
have
YouTube.
a raid. We're
Oh,
finishing
raid!
raid.
Oh my God,
right at
Raid!
the end.
Raid, we're just
Right
we're
at
just
the
logging
end.
off. But hey,
just
folks,
finished.
so thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Say good night. Good night, everyone.
Right.